Hey guys, welcome to part 29 of the Legends of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. It had been 8 days since the events of Oracion came to a close. Ooh. Which has been a common thing whereby when we have done a job in any of the chapters, it has taken days, weeks, hours, something of the matter, whereby there's a bit of like an after-drawn effect of that to be done. After the crisis was resolved, it was announced that the explosion of Vector Palace and Krill's destruction were the work of Armada. Yes, it was. However, as if it was to quell any unease, it was also promptly announced that Armada was no more thanks to the CID and a number of external collaborators. Was no more thanks? Okay. I know this is like another spell check or an error check there, but yeah, that is something there. I don't know, who did they get contracted by? What team were actually contracted the localization of this game? Because yes, there is a lot of spelling remarks and mistakes coming in from here. With the last remaining nuclear device being recovered, state of emergency around Edith was lifted the next day. Oh, that's good. That is very good news that everyone can actually go outside Edith now. Because we did some of the Force BGs at the start, or should I say midpoint of chapter 5, whereby that girl wanted to actually get out of Edith to actually pay respects to her grandparents. So now she can come back to work in Edith again. That's good news. This happened in tandem with fervent reports that the CEOs of the Quincy Company and ETWS had been formally arrested. Yes, so CEO, president guy, that was Elaine's father, being arrested. But I want to know what happens with Elaine from here as well, because she was supposed to did a resignation, wasn't it, over the guild to actually perform there, which Van would have done that. Van would have been the guy to do this, but instead Elaine's like, yeah, let me share your bed and I'll do this instead, because this is my problem. This was a shock to many. The Quincy's Company products were beloved across the continent, and ETWS vehicles seen as a major status symbol. It was almost unfathomable that both men had been blackmailed into funding a terrorist organization. The Quincy Company CEO, being the father of a famous A-rank bracer, added to much of the discussion as well. However, as his daughter personally led the charge on his arrest, the general public sentiment was one of compassion and concern. And her attempts to return in her bracer badge was summarily rejected by the guild's headquarters in Le Mans. Okay, so that explains it there. That is what we was looking for there. Just a bit of confirmation of the bracer badge that was going to be turned in was rejected. Now, if this was a case of, let's just say, Tales of Vesperia, whereby Yuri was just like, yeah, hell no, I'm out of this place, you know, they're not going to stop them. But because Elaine is such a prominent member of the guild, they're not really going to easily turn her in with the guild's headquarters. So much understandable to that. Carvard's economy, which has been briefly thrown into disarray by the state of emergency, was quick to return to relative normality. Yet some things would never return. The impending end of reparations continued to emit a small degree of unease among the populace. Yes, the whole fear of the nuclear explosions. Yes, absolutely, I agree with that. Still, this and the accumulation of events had no ill effect on President Gramhart's approval rating. Indeed, they only served to increase it. Ah, I see. His office stated that a memorial service for Krill would be held during December 3rd's Revolution Festival. Following that would be quite the reveal. Oh, we're actually going into December, yes, because it was 8 days. I think we're not the 30th right now. 30th of November, and I said before, it's either 20th or 30th, but yeah, it is coming to December here. The Carvard military's newest weapon would be on display, a symbol of the country overcoming its grief and moving forward with great strength. Really? Would you really actually display a new weapon to the public like that? I don't think that's a good idea, but... So yeah, it is November 30th, 9:12 a.m. You get to see Yums playing with the kids, see Feros.
So that's that.
Not Feros, Zeus. He's doing the laundry. He is the laundry doer. Alright, let's go and check out. Looks like we got some voices.
Yeah, well, Melchior's still on the run, which does bug me. But the authorities and the guild have taken out all their bases and secured any routes that could be used to flee the country. Their partners in crime are being taken care of too, right?
Indeed, the Gralsritter and Iscariot have put aside their differences for now to pursue the gardens. Several Jaegers, including those of Ikaruga, and even the Society have also been working toward that end.
Meanwhile, Heiwei and Marduk spearheaded the effort to expose all of Almada's connections. I believe their findings, which reveal a number of associates, have since been sold to the CID.
That's quite a lot.
Man, getting in sound, never miss a beat.
Abby and the rest of our people have been hard at work with Eisenshield too.
As for the nuclear weapon, we don't need to worry about that either. Professor Hamilton and the other disciples supervised its disassembly, so it's no longer a threat.
Nice.
Professor Callahan isn't believed to have made any more, and the Mafia won't be capable of making more themselves anytime soon.
But they would have a footprint, right? The Mafia. That's what it feels like. They may have had a prototype, which, of course, may have been a testing ground over in Oracion yet again. But I would believe they have more on a disposable that's been worked on. And especially with the Genesis as well, right? I mean, we grabbed another Genesis. Now, that was collective with that Genesis that we grabbed there. And I know that there's a lot of Genesis that happens in this game that doesn't show on the screen to be grabbed. But I can assume right now we got about 6 now.
Even if the one sword capable of detonating them was still in their possession, they would still need a device to be detonated. I might add that Calvert is aiding the congregation for the sacraments in going through and clearing the rubble that was once Vashtar Palace. They expect to have finished the task and found that sword together with the halberd and armor artifacts by mid-next month.
None of them can be used by anyone but their rightful owner anyway, right? I guess once that's wrapped up, we'll be able to say this whole thing's well and truly over.
That's what they say about this whole owner thing. This guy says it. I feel as though there's gonna be another moment whereby someone else is gonna use it against them. So I don't think that light and dark sword is gonna be the last of that there, despite Dantes dying yesterday.
I suppose so, yes. To think we've persevered through so much.
We sure have.
I'm still worried about Melchior, though. Just to me, it's strange how no one seems to have any idea where he is.
I still can't believe what he did to his own boss. I don't know if I'll ever be able to understand how that guy thinks. Not that I want to.
Psychopath does psychopathic things. News at 11. Just how it is.
Well, to my understanding for Melchior and all the other guys from the Gardens, they just love murdering. That is it. That is the number one thing. Now, for the reason of concerns of murdering, we'll be coming to a point whereby we actually finally fight Melchior to his fullest. And we actually get to see his little cutscene of his past life, of how he used to be.
I wish I could have taken revenge on the last asshole responsible for my bro's deaths. Can't win them all, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna have to leave that one to the Oathbreakers people. They say you gotta fight poison with poison. Now it's time to see if he'll live up to that old saying.
Right, but at least now, the world can finally be at ease.
Anyas, are you still feeling guilty that you couldn't stop it all from happening? I am, but I'm also trying to tell myself that I did everything that I could, including for the children of Oracion. Even if I can't help but feel like I put a lot of people out for nothing. That's not true at all. Perhaps there may be some who would see your actions as self-righteous, but I believe they were meaningful. Of course they were, and I'm not in the business of telling my assistants what's right and wrong either. You did what you believed was right, that's good enough for me. So you got my thanks too. Well, you're welcome, but I couldn't have done any of it without a lot of help from the others. Everything had a happy conclusion since Elaine's father could have ended up arrested. True. But I'm still so glad that we're all able to gather like this again. And that's double true as well. Yeah. Me too. Okay, so let me just count what's on the table there. I see 5, 6. Yeah, so I think that's 6 Genesis on the table. Is there a way to just hide? Yes, look at that. Okay. That is 6 Genesis that I said earlier that we have installed there. All on the table there. Unless she's got something in the pocket to be shining up as well. Our foes were a terrifying force to be reckoned with, but through everyone's cooperation, we triumphant. You deserve a lot of praise to yourself, you know. Thinking back, there were a lot of times when I don't know what we could have done without you. We owe so much to the goddess, or maybe to our chief having the devil's own luck. Huh, could be. Either that or cause I made Lady Luck my bitch. What does that mean? Will you stop that? You really can't help yourself, can you? So now we have 6 Genesis in our possession. I doubt I could ever have gotten this far without all of you, so thank you. Aw, we were happy to help. That leaves 2 now though, right? So I guess that is really the end goal, isn't it? To collect all the 8 Genesis then. It wasn't really just to stop Armada as the end goal, it was really the 8 Genesis overall. They were supposed to be A and O, so that should be the case. Professor Hamilton has been looking into where they could be, but nothing's come up so far. None have been discovered in any of Armada's bases or the Guardians' hideouts either. I'm sure they'll turn up eventually, just gotta keep looking. And also the time as well, these Genesis always react to the another active Genesis running, so that's always like a tray, isn't it? So Armada has been using all these Genesis to be using the schemes and whatnot, but then probably there's gonna be someone else that's going to activate the last 2, and then we'll be able to go to where that lies as well.
So, now that we've dealt with Armada, things should be back to business as usual before long. There's still gonna be plenty on our plates, especially in the short term. But it's about time you guys started thinking about whether or not you want to keep working here.
Dan, I suppose it is getting to be that time. The way things are going, my primary task will be complete before much longer. I still got other things I want to do here in the capital at least. And hey, I'm not even employed here. Yeah, why are you staying around then? Wasn't really talking to you, but since you seem so dead set against being here anyway, why not go home already? Well, I would, but the paparazzi is such a headache and the food is so good. I get they're a hassle, but come on, you have to give up on your story by now. Anina seems worried about you, so even if you don't go see your family, you should still go back to your old place. I will eventually. What are you, my mother? Yes, Mummy Van. Perhaps you should discuss the situation with the owner of your apartment. I was talking to you though. What? It's still covering all the trouble Armada caused, but I doubt that'll last more than a month. So unless I start taking on more subcontracted jobs, I'm not gonna need to pay out for any assistance anymore or have the budget to do it. Then, but I plan to find those last 2 Genesis, but it's gonna be on the side while I do other work from here on. So while a helping hand when I'm swamped would be nice, that's all I'm gonna need you for. Besides, you're gonna be loaded up with student council work for a good while after next month rolls around. That's true, but what kind of work? Oh, there's going to be some big event taking place at Audience's school in the next few months. There's no need to hurry them into a decision. As you said, you still intend to help deal with the aftermath of Armada's actions. I will remain here to assist you with that as well, and the more we have on our side, the better. You're not wrong there.
I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that you should be thinking about this stuff. The Revolution Festival's in 3 days, and we're gonna be drowning in work until then for sure. Been a while since we could focus on 4 SPGs and Edith, so hope you're ready to dive in soon as breakfast is done.
Well, back to the normal life until something big comes up, I guess. Steam's doing a errand there. Yeah, everyone's having breakfast here. Looks nice and cozy. Still some people be like, oh, I think I remember you. Yeah, she definitely needs to get a better way to disguise herself. She needs some different clothing. Oh, so this is the finale for you upon your return. So we can confirm this is the final chapter. Hey, so in total, there's 6 chapters in this game. I'll meet you guys back here at 10:30. What are you gonna be up to in the meantime, Agnes? Oh, not much. I do have something that I need to do though. I think I should take care of a software update that needs installing now actually. Version 3.62 of the Kitty engine that was released last night. I was thinking the same thing. I'll just get going for now then. Until later. So she pushed an update, huh? Our ex-Kitty sure keeps herself busy. And I just know her workload in Oracion must have been nuts too. This is for the best, I think.
Yeah, just tell me what you want.
Yeah. I always was thinking at this point with Mae is that because she's in the Zephyr, she can actually control and talk to Van at this point, because we have seen Mae being able to sneak out with the control of the Genesis to get in control of Yoon's body back in Longlai. Now, at this point, I don't think she should be controlled as an AI right here. That's very strange of me to say as well, unless it was really just the other instruments that she worked her ass off to get around to with the Genesis, of course, to do so. But right now, if it's just the Zephyr, then she can't really do anything. She hasn't done anything out of the ordinary since Oracion. There's still a lot of mysteries to be solved about both her and the Grendel, but those got nothing to do with the others, not even Anya's.
I was right all along. I found it. Seems my work here is now done.
He did say that, and I feel as though when he said that, there's probably more to come with Dantes as well. So even though we have seen him get murdered, it's very weird for him to say that while getting stabbed as well. Still, maybe Monster was right that I laid that on them out of nowhere. There's still time until we need to head out. Why don't I go and check on them? Alright, so it says, speak to all allies before getting to work. So what should I do? Should I just go with all that just to talk to everyone here? Or should I just look to check other things as well in the meantime? Listen to the radio. Let's see, we got news, weather report, traffic information. Let's check on the traffic.
Here we are with the latest in traffic.
Yes, these are the most recent reports on the road, courtesy of the Calvert Roadway Information Center. Traffic is heavy across Calvert as people from throughout the country make their way to Edith to take part in the Revolution Festival.
True, yeah, it's gonna be a lot, isn't it, to come to Calvert, yeah.
In particular, traffic restrictions will be enacted in the Vontai district in preparation for the festivities.
That's all we have for now.
I think that's around Krill, isn't it? Vantel district, right? Weather report? See how the weather's looking over here?
Now we bring you the weather. How's it looking for us?
Here are the latest forecasts for regions throughout the Republic. The upcoming weather appears to be getting in the festive spirit, as clear skies are once again predicted throughout the Revolution Festival.
That's good. Positive weather of just having clear skies around. Probably a good temperature as well. Not too humid, not too cold, right?
I'm sure we'll see scores of citizens out enjoying the day well worth celebrating when the time comes.
Thanks for the update.
Also, the weather's not bad here as well, on my side. Very nice and cool. Looks like the clouds are coming out, so it's going to be raining in a couple hours as well.
And now, a news break. Hope you're having a good one, listeners. Today's news briefing comes to us straight from the Tyrell Times. President Gramhart revealed 2 events for this year's Revolution Festival: a memorial service and a showcase of next-generation military equipment. The announcement has made waves not only within Calvert, but across Zemuria, a sign that this is set to be a boisterous one even by its standards.
Okay. I still don't agree with the whole military weapon showcase to the public to show that. But hey, this is what the game does, I suppose. Preparing food, we don't really have much to prepare because we've actually got all the gourmet points. And that's one thing I should have done for the final battle at that point when I did say it was the final battle against Dantes, is to cook some food for the CP. Because yeah, there was some times where I died and I could have just had some better reserves to just yoink some food out and get some CP added in. CP and the crafts are very important in this game. And you're definitely at a disadvantage when you die off as well. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna, talk to everyone. And I think that's the best thing to do. So let's start with our character of the year. Or should I say the character of the game, Fairy? Because we get so much rewards that Fairies use all the time. And I might have just, you know, for the fun of it as well, just put Fairy another ring as well. Because yeah, I don't know. I'm just using her so much. Are those Central Eastern and Western history netbook?
Oh,
I mean textbooks?
Yeah, Agnes gave me the Western one. They're supposed to be the same edition, but there's a bunch of little differences between their contents and viewpoints. It's been really eye-opening comparing them, even if there's also lots of stuff I don't really understand.
Well, ain't you a budding scholar? If you can get your hands on the Far Eastern version, I bet you'll find all kinds of differences there too.
I was thinking the same thing. So, Aaron promised to give me his old copy. You know, before I met you, I barely left the village. Most of my life was spent inside of it. But Ida wasn't kidding when she talked about how big the outside world is. Even if I dedicated my entire life to studying, I doubt I could learn all there is to know about it.
Probably, yeah. Listen, I meant what I said earlier, but I probably shouldn't have brought up out of nowhere the way I did.
No, I totally get where you're coming from. The timing is right. Now that Almada's gone, I feel like I've been able to avenge Ida's death. It sounds like Abi's willing to forgive me for disobeying his orders, too. I also miss Umi, my mom, and my siblings Lana and Kamil, to tell you the truth. But I've also gotten used to living in Calvert, and I have a lot of fun at Sunday school. And more than anything else, I'd be really sad to say goodbye to you and everyone here.
Still, we're not talking about tomorrow or even next week. And even if you do go home, it's not like we'll never see each other again. If your goal is to become a real warrior though, then I think the choice is clear.
I guess you're right.
Though you don't have to go down that path if you don't want to, there's plenty of things you could do off the battlefield. You could even try following a path more like Sylphie's.
You really think I could be like Fee?
I'm not pushing you to join the guild or anything, to be clear. Just saying it might be better than you following in your brother's footsteps.
Yeah, I think so too. Still, I never even considered becoming a bracer.
Yeah, that is an interesting thought there, because honestly, if Fairy became a bracer, she would still love to do the type of work that is given to her, whereby it's actually protecting the citizens, and also would actually clear a path to becoming more of a warrior as well. But at the same time, you are going to be leaving little old Van behind in the group of Spriggan's work. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Yo.
Hey Zeno, how's it going?
Is it okay if I think more about it?
Think about it as long as you want, there's no rush, and just be ready to head out in a bit, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so that's the first chat with Fairy then. And let me talk through that as well. Heck. It's made me think about what else I can do besides just going back home and being a warrior. I think I'm confusing myself about it. There are just so many options. So I want to take the time to really think about it though. Thanks for the help along the way, Van. Alright, so let's go and check out with Catra now. To be honest, I would be like, Catra? Who wants to know about Catra in his update?
Hello, Van.
Oh, is it time to go already?
You still got time, don't worry. But damn, your drone is something. The speech is stiffer than a hollow's, but it's wild how you can hold a whole conversation with them.
Yeah, they don't have complete free will, but they do have a networked sense of self. Zeros is the same. They're around the same quality as those combat shells in the Empire, from what I understand. The other mare is leagues ahead of them on a technical scale, but Hades knows how long it'll take humanity to make something similar.
That'll be a tough ask even for Hamilton and Konkai, huh?
Oh, absolutely. We're talking singularities here. Still, we know it's theoretically possible. That was proven by what happened behind the scenes 2 years ago. You've heard all about that, I assume.
Yeah. I guess I don't even need to ask what you're gonna do once you graduate. Feels like a given that you'll be focusing on orbital drone research, Or have you got your sights set even higher?
I'd like to help the professor with her work at some point, even if I don't feel like I'm quite ready yet. Still, I'd rather finish things here before moving on to something else. Working here has been incredible for broadening my horizons too, so I think continuing my studies here would be more than worth its while.
You think?
Basel has patently more in the way of facilities, but the orbital network is lightning quick these days. It's even helped me attend lectures at the Institute remotely, so it hasn't been half as inconvenient as I was expecting. Being here will also let me take part in the project to upgrade the network currently in use in Edith and the surrounding area. Though at some point, I'd really like to broaden my studies at the Epstein Foundation, ZCF, and Reinford.
Makes sense. Man, a little boy who could only think of protecting his grandmother's home is all ready to take the world by storm. With how grown up you are, you should have just joined us in the Springs instead of being shy.
What? Who are you, Aaron?
My bad, I only heard it after it came out of my mouth. Yeah, compared to the others, it hasn't been long since you moved in. If you're satisfied with the setup you're going on here, I don't see the harm in working from here a while longer. Plus, you got Paulette to breathe down your neck if your health starts to nosedive from researching all night.
You're probably right. It's nice how she always worries. Still, are you sure you aren't gonna need my help after this month? Almada might be out of the picture, but the issue of the Genesis is still ongoing. And there's still a lot we don't know about Mare, the Grendel, or Marduk either. Then there's whatever Yang, Professor Cronkite, is working on with the president.
You got a point. There's a lot going on. So if I need help with stuff, I'll be sure to come knocking. That means you'll come knocking if you need some stuff too. I can investigate whatever you want, even down to the color of Cronkite's underwear. That's creepy, dude.
That's so random. And don't think I didn't notice you patted me on the head.
I thought you like your head pats there, Catra.
You've become very red, Catra.
You catch a code? Let me feel.
My temperature is perfectly normal, thank you very much.
Yeah, so it looks like Catra wants to stay here, and he wants to study around here like an Aram student. And I remember, I think it was a couple of days ago when we was talking about does Catra have a crush or not on Anya's? And I said that it's like a little slight crush. It's not like a very huge hunkadory crush whereby he wants to ask her out and actually fall in love or anything around to it. I can't remember who was the viewer that actually responded as well. I think he just dropped by just to say that, whereby he said it's not really a crush, it's more of that Albert has a crush on Anyas, which I agree with. Anyas and Albert has more of a crush with each other because Albert really does love Anyas to be that way, to be protecting her. I don't think Anyas follows through that on that side there, but with Catra, it's like, hey, she's cute. And I feel very flustered in a way. That's how I see it with Catra there. So if Catra does join Aramis school with Anyas, then that'll be good for him. I did want to mention, don't feel obligated to shoulder my workload. I appreciate it, but solving problems myself helps me learn more about the bigger picture. You never know when that knowledge base may come in handy. You look satisfied, Catra. Theo shall assist you, Catra. Done. And then who's next over here? Oh, it's Rosette's room, my favorite room besides Van's. Must be working on stuff for Marduk. Probably about Armada. There's still a decent chunk of time until our pass, so I better get out of her hair.
Oh, Mr. Arkwright.
How convenient. I heard your footstep before you was about to come outside my room. Sorry, I wouldn't have come in if I've known you were working. All the Armada stuff almost wrapped up.
Yes, we've been able to pinpoint groups related to them, their dummy corporations, and other illegal channels. I admit to some surprise at just how far outside of Calvard their reach spreads, but Marduk has largely decontaminated the areas over which it has influence.
Your chief of security had a big role to play in that too, I'm sure. So who wants to bet Fortnite could use this as a chance to expand Marduk's market share?
I suspect you would be on the winning side of that bet. Between the war against the Empire and the Tower and Crossbell appearing soon after, it feels like too much is happening too fast in Zemuria. As other countries seek to catch up with the Republic and its latest innovations, Zyphas, assault frames, I imagine the need for Marduk's services will only expand going forward.
Makes it abundantly clear we're living in a time of big change. And speaking of, you started thinking of the next step for yourself at all.
I am but a humble concierge. Nothing more, nothing less. My focus for the foreseeable future remains supporting you, Mr. Arkwright. Be that with Mare or with your stun caliber. I could do most of my work remotely as I did before, of course, but I am now aware of just how much more inefficient that is.
Gotcha. Sure wish I knew why you people love to have an eye on me so damn much. But I ain't gonna tell you what to do. We got an equal deal going on between us. Just keep in mind that starting next month, I'm not gonna need as much office help as I've been. Which is probably fine for you. Your plate's full enough without dealing with the day-to-day around here.
Well, I suppose I do. Though I would like to believe I'm making a fair contribution irrespective of that.
Something up?
It's nothing, really. I was only thinking that I might not be able to help you from next month onward after all. You see, next month will mark 1 year since I was given this body, and it's about time it was given some thorough maintenance.
Alright.
Depending on matters here and the overall project status, I might have to return to my former environment. In that event, I would have no choice but to revert to assisting you remote.
Now hold up there. You really gonna be okay with that?
So you have an inkling as to what that former environment was? What gave it away? Was it something about the way I work? No, I suppose there isn't any point in me knowing.
Nah, it wasn't anything like that, just...
Please, don't misunderstand. As you're aware, Marduk is a logical, impartial corporation. So long as I keep demonstrating I can provide value to them, I don't doubt they will keep letting me use this body. In that regard, our relationship is quite equitable. I even plan to purchase it from them if all goes well.
Huh, that's an option. A state-of-the-art artificial body can't run cheap though.
It most certainly is costly. But with my salary, I think it's possible that I could have enough Mira saved in a few years. My current arrangement here earns me even more than my remote work did too. So I would like to keep at it as long as possible.
Really? The Van's paying her quite a bit more than what Marduk does. Interesting. Hey, happy to help. So I'm curious, just how high a salary are we talking anyway?
Well, I can't give you a specific number since that's classified information, but about enough to buy an Etwas entry-level sedan.
You could buy a used apartment in the suburbs with that kind of money. I don't believe I've ever divulged how I spend my savings in retrospect. I'm not sure what my job responsibilities will entail after next month's maintenance, but I believe I'll continue to explore my transfer options. They do seem quite attractive. Okie dokie. It looks beautiful in here. We've got some flowers. Got a nice little table here that we can have a conversation. Bed's just normal. There's a makeup desk as well. Some pictures. Best room in the building. Whatever anything else is around, this is the best room to hang out in. Alright, now it's time for Judith.
So you're going back to your apartment?
Yeah, I guess that's the plan. I must have worried you sick, huh? It looks like Buzz Raiders finally given up on their stupid obsession with me, so it seems safe enough to live there again.
There's been so much going on lately that I'm sure they've got bigger fish to fry now.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. I've actually been wanting to thank you for helping out Judith for a while now. Please pass on my regards to everyone else as well, including the family who runs the bistro.
Now hold your horses! I'm the one who's been helping him out, so why is he the one getting thanked?
Because I'm sure that you just weaseled your way into his trips outside the capital without taking no for an answer. I don't know all you've been up to, but I do know that you were able to return in one piece thanks to Arkwright Solutions' efforts. And with how much I respect you as my senior in the industry, I think it's only natural for me to want to say thank you.
So you respect me that much, huh? I mean, not that it isn't perfectly natural for you to respect me, of course.
Never takes much to burr up, though I'm sure our young lady here just so happens to be an expert at it. Oh, it's nice to see Nina again.
She's become such a sassy little thing.
Yeah, I feel as though the connection of the bond from them coming up and coming now is that Judith is starting to learn more about Nina, and Nina's also starting to learn more about her, back and forth, which I would honestly think that Nina probably knows more about her Grimcat adventures as well, but without really exposing it too much out to her.
She was so cute and polite when she first started out, but look at her now. All that success must be going to her head.
What is that she's getting very more comfortable with you, my girl Judith? That was 3 years ago, right? Though I don't know if 15's early or late for starting out in your industry.
It's not late, but it's not really early either. I started acting at 14 myself.
That is another topic to kind of discuss on, and the whole idea of age of child acting, adult acting, but we'll just carry on the conversation as it is.
A lot of actors and actresses get their first roles when they're children even, which just goes to show how much of an unusual case she is. She ended up going from a rookie to a top actress in 3 years, which is just crazy.
I can see why though. I've seen a few of her films, and it's interesting seeing how different her approach to the craft is compared to yours. You can handle any kind of role that's thrown at you, yeah, but she just fully becomes the character she's playing without even trying.
I didn't realize you knew your way around different acting techniques. I agree with you too. Her performance in Wolf's Requiem was amazing, but Gloria just blew me away.
Yeah, her as Sheena Dirk was something else. The media kicked up all that fuss about an Easterner playing the role, but in the end it was hard to see her as anything other than Sheena Reborn.
Boy, she's 4 years my junior and already she's nipping at my heels. She's sure not making it easy to stay top dog. But I say bring it on. I don't plan to go down without a fight.
Good. I got nothing but respect for that spunk you got in you. Same as well. As I've said so much, Judith can easily be a main character in a JRPG. The way how she falls herself, the way how she wants something done, her voice itself, perfect for a main character. So like if I had to swap out Van for any character here as a main character, it would be her. 100%. Full shame about the rest of you though.
You better watch your darn mouth. And while I'm at it, I think what you said earlier was pretty out of line too.
Alright.
So, now that we've dealt with Almada, things should be back to business as usual before long. But it's about time you guys started thinking about whether or not you want to keep working here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Wow, I didn't expect you to outright admit it. Then...
Still, you don't want people butting in on your side hustle either, do you?
Well, no, but that's not the same thing. I inherited my techniques from my mom and hers before her. And while they might not be legal, I still think the world needs... Oh, I get you now. I don't know what your secret is, but you've got something you don't want people to get involved in too, huh? Or I guess, something you can't afford to let them get involved in.
Now she's getting it, just like how everyone else gets it. Anyway, as two people who transform into things that a teenager might have dreamed up, we gotta look out for each other. Don't know if I'm down to get caught living with an actual criminal though, so you should still probably find some other place to live.
But I really don't want to give this place up. Well, I've got my next film's premiere coming up, so I'll go back to my old place before the festival at least. I just wish I didn't have a bunch of stuff to report to Mom and Grammy first.
Enough about me. I get why you draw that line where you do. But the way I see it, or the way they see it, I think is fine. Alright, so who's next in this room? Oh, Aaron! Who doesn't get too close and personal as the way how it was in Long Lie's sauna place. That part was very, very touching, what Aaron was saying to Van there. Of course, Aaron's reading a girl's magazine. Honestly, kind of nice to have you acting the same around times like these.
What? You come to talk about that cold bunk you said to the kiddos? If it was gonna eat away at you, you shouldn't have said it in the first place. Looks lame when a dad past his prime sulks over his teenage kids.
Quit finding ways to call me old. Besides, you seem to have it in your head I wasn't talking to you, but I was. You gotta have plans to go back home eventually, right?
Sure do. I'm a born and bred Longport boy. And I always will be. But I've only been here for 3 months. That's barely enough time to miss me. So unless I've got some... But I wouldn't mind going to a few other places, like Crossbell or Arabonia. Hell, I'd even put Eastern Zemuria on the table.
Ah, look at you go.
Knock it off with the my baby's growing up vibe. Oh, and let's get one thing straight. Me staying in the capital doesn't mean I'm gonna be at your beck and call. If the girls left and this place turned into a total sausage fest, I don't even want to think about how sad a sight that'd be.
Hey, don't give me that look. I'm not after your pity, alright? By the way, your old problem ain't showing any sign of resurfacing, right?
You mean that tyrant? Yeah, nothing there. Yen can call me a reincarnation all he wants, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm as me as I can be. I decide what I want to do with my life, not some dusty old relic from the ancient past.
And at this point as well, I thought everyone was gonna transform. When I started to saw the tyrant, I thought audience was gonna transform, I thought Fairy was gonna transform. I thought we were just all gonna transform at that point, but it didn't go that way, did it, in the story? Huh. You're one of a kind, cocky little bastard, you know that?
What's that supposed to mean? Don't be such a freaking creep. Anyway, you lost so I can have my fun. Though, if you don't mind waiting to kick some ass on the clock, that'll give me time to go tap some ass off the clock.
We ain't put enough work for that. Just how much have you been getting around when I haven't been looking? Who died and made you my grandpa? Go read a kid's bedtime story or something. Just let me do my thing, yeah? Got some booty calls I want to make. Oh, they're always gonna be nagging at each other, aren't they? Okay, so let's go further up. See who we got here. Oh, we got Arnius over here. So this is where you snuck off to. Yes, I had a quick errand I had to attend to. Are all your preparations squared away? Preparations? Uh-huh. Feels like a bit of stretch to call them that, but yeah, I'm ready. We still got plenty of time, so no need to rush. Oh, there's rushing, and then there's being efficient. Hehe. Guess she's in the middle of something. I'll bug her later after my stuff's done.
Well,
it's quite a lovely day out today. The sun feels wonderful. It's been some time since I last made the rounds. I think it's getting me excited. Alright, of course, no one's not gonna be locked inside here. Let's see on the roof side. It is Zeros. So what's he doing now? Sleeping? Oh, it's standby mode, I guess. Oh, no point waking him up. Sleep tight. And there is Zeus here. Doing the laundry earlier. Not here though. Oh, I think we just saw him over in Katra's room, that's why, yeah. Okie dokie.
Not this way.
Wait, so there's more? What's next? So it's not on this side. We just got further up? This way? And if we talk to these guys... Okay, so now there's something over here to speak with. Oh, the god! Is this his room now? Oh, look who's made himself right at home.
As you well know, I shouldn't even be alive right now. I've decided to make the most of this chance, to try things I couldn't even imagine in my previous life, and have found myself rather enjoying them. The magazines you used to read were quite inspirational, if I'm being honest.
Wait, so this is my fault? If his hordes of more respectable students ever found this out, they'd have my head. So Ashlad isn't the uncooperative jackass I was expecting.
Indeed. He may be a man of few words, but he is an honorable, just, and determined one, capable of seeing the greater picture. Rank-and-file armed monks trust him, so I would be confident in Iscariot's handling of matters. if he were the only one they answered to. However,
We got his boss to worry about the captain, right? The one all 30,000 members of the Papal Guard and his carrier answer to.
correct. They took up their post after my retirement, so I've never met them. I believe their identity is considered a top secret, even among the Congregation for Divine Worship, to whom the Papal Guard also answers. I suspect only a small number of people know who they are. Several hundred Iscariot monks, the cardinals of the Congregation for Divine Worship, the commander of the Gralsritter, and the Pope. Whoever they are without a doubt the Congregation's wild card.
For what reason would someone like that have to get their right-hand man involved in this? The Genesis? But they're more of a Gralstritter's kind of deal. Actually, why are you even telling me all this stuff in the first place? I'm already like a magnet for info. I don't want to know as it is.
It's far too late to be caring about such things, my young friend. Still, whether they are criminal or legal, your old friends or your assistants, I genuinely believe that the more people you know and interact with, the better. Who we meet shapes who we become. Be these relationships fortunate or foul, we are all the more human because of them. Surely the past 5 years have taught you this.
I just... Haha, people's natures just don't change easily, I guess. Having you in Oracion was a huge help, as huge a help as it is having you here now. So I count this relationship among the fortunate ones at least. So keep sticking around so the younger generation can kick back a bit, yeah? I pay you as thanks, but I don't think you would take the mirror, At least let me get you something even nicer than that jacket you've taken a liking to. Anyway, we've still got plenty of time left, so I'll go ahead and leave you be. Take it easy, master.
There are things in life you cannot avert your eyes from, no matter how hard you try. Whether you can realize that fundamental truth is down to you, Van.
Alright, let me go back in because he's probably got something else to say. I've said my piece. All that's left for you is to look within yourself and make your decision. Now then, I need something to pass the time. Perhaps a bite magazine or two will help. A special feature, heart-pounding courses with heart-stopping views. Follow me intrigued. Oh, so that is what the magazine was referring to, just the vehicles there. Interesting. Okay, let me check. Not through here. Oh, maybe they're actually on the restaurant part. So let me go down here. Is it still going to, let me see, down here. Now if I go this way, aha! There's a lot of people I need to speak with. Oh, hi Van. We just wrapped up the breakfast menu for the day. Well, she said, no more from the morning menu for you. Don't care if you didn't get enough to eat. You lost your chance. I'm fine. I'm a grown-ass adult. I don't need to eat that much. I just dropped by to kill some time until I leave for work. Also, I just wanted to say I'm so glad you made it all back here safe and sound. I second that. Sometimes you make for noisy neighbors, but lately it's hard to rest easy when things get too quiet. Especially now I won't be seeing my Krill regular anymore. Oh yeah, I guess you and that guy from Krill had some history, huh? I'm sorry. Yeah, since he helped with Russian stock, we'd get to know him pretty well. We'll be going to his memorial service, as you can imagine. It's only fair we send him off after everything he did for us. Right, makes sense. Well, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, so things should still be lively around the office. But the source of the issue is gone now, so my assistants might split off soon. I'll believe it when I see it. It's a little hard to imagine they would. Oh, I was gonna ask earlier, but what about that racer? Did he stop by again? He has. He actually stopped by yesterday. Thanks for asking. That's good, I guess. You alright? I suppose. He enjoyed his meal at least. What's the verdict? Anything between them or what? What? You don't gotta glare at me like that. Oh, are you talking about Maxime? He's funny in a lame way, hee. He's got his work cut out for him before anyone respects him as a father. Good luck, pal. That's a really cool idea as well, whereby Maxime wants to, repay whatever happened in the past, the way how he treated Paulette here, and he wants to be part of the family again, and he's making his little baby steps to come back. And I feel as though Paulette is like a loyal woman as well. I feel as though that, business comes first, but I feel she's gonna definitely forgive him. That's definitely respected from her. Are you talking about Maxime? He's funny in a lame way. Hee. Hush, don't let him hear that, okay? Okie dokie. I'm relieved to see you all back home safe. Hume's energetic as ever, so you can't leave her without someone to play with, no? You got it.
Can't go wrong with see you again.
About damn time you lot showed up. It's almost noon. Move your lazy asses. Yeah, he's not in a good mood. Guess I'll just head out and keep myself busy. What's the other person's at the back here? I think it's either Fires or Butt. One of the two. But a new one. You just have to see the trailer yourself to see it.
Okay, that should do it. Oh, Van, is it almost time to go?
It's getting there, but we still got some time. I can't believe how lifelike this guy is. Professor Hamilton's students are something else.
I was told there's more to him sleeping in the sun than just imitating dogs, too. He can turn the sun's rays into orbital energy.
Makes sense. I remember that being one of the areas Professor Hamilton was researching. Still, I know you've gotten real comfy around here over the past few months. But it's almost time to start planning the next school festival, ain't it? Isn't the student council gonna get real busy soon?
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm starting to feel the pressure, to tell you the truth. The end of April still feels like a long ways off now, but I know it'll be here before we know it. I was able to attend last year's festival just after enrolling, and there was just so much to see and do over those 3 days. It was hard to believe that the whole event was planned and executed by students alone, even if quite a lot of them did take part.
And with your current president at the helm, I can see this upcoming one being a festival for the books.
The other student council members and I are a little worried about that. So you did attend Aramis then? Just like Elaine and Mr. Kincaid.
Yeah, I dropped out not so long after becoming a second-year student though. Elaine and I were in the same year, while Renee was a third year. The second he had the chance, Renee took on being student council president because of the course he did. And because we'd known him for so long, we started helping out with student council work too. And then Elaine stepped up and took the role of vice president once the former one decided to go abroad for a while. So there you go, that's how the festival came to be under one man's merciless watch.
I see. Of course, after getting to know you so well, I can imagine that whatever you organized for it was anything but typical. I'm sure Elaine was less than impressed with it, while Mr. Kincaid thought it would be funny and thoroughly approved, even though he probably shouldn't have.
It's like you were right there with us. I still remember my first drink at the after party back then too. Man, it was so good. You know how much of a sweet tooth I've got, but not even the bitterness of the alcohol could keep me from cracking a smile.
I should have known. You were pushing the boundaries of legality even as a teenager. So the festival came to a close, and the student council elections were held in May. That's when Elaine became the next president, and when you dropped out, I assume. You did it without warning, too. Without so much as a single discussion with anyone beforehand. So, how right am I?
You sure you're not psychic? It's like you're in my head.
Well, I know the average school year at Aramis, so I just put 2 and 2 together after seeing the way you talk to them. That, and these last few months have also done wonders for my personal growth. I used to be this shy little girl who was afraid to leave her comfort zone. Someone who couldn't even speak her mind to the one family member she wished she could the most. But now, I feel like a whole new me. I can walk a little further, and I've learned to say what's in my heart. I have everyone here to thank for that. But most of all, I have you to thank for that.
I thought divining my high school years was enough a surprise, but you weren't done, huh? At this rate, you're gonna have everyone running around at your back. Oh, your back and call even more than Ren.
Oh, stop. I doubt that'll be the case. Though there is one person I wish would pay a bit more attention to me.
What's up?
Nothing. I was just thinking that I still have a long road ahead of me.
So you got to talk to him a bit on the phone after what happened at Oracion, but that's it. Yes, though I'm used to that by now. It seems like this year's Revolution Festival is going to be a big one too, what with the memorial service and more besides. It's no wonder he doesn't have much time to dedicate to me right now. But he did say we could get together after the ceremony is over, thankfully. Really, I guess that's better than nothing, but at least you can still see him. That is true, compared to Elaine, I'm very fortunate. I can't even imagine what she must be going through. She's amazing to have to been able to do what she did, to make what must be an excruciating decision, even if it was the right one. I don't think there are many people who could have followed through on that, bracer or otherwise. I hate that the hard times clearly aren't over for her. But if it could just be for her, I think she would like that very much. I don't mean to put that responsibility squarely on your shoulders, of course. Mr. Kincaid and the guild should be there for her too, but still. It won't make up for what I did 7 years ago, but I like to think I can be there for her in some way others can't. Sounds like she won't be back here for a while though. She's got a ton left to do in Oracion. What's that look for? Not proactive enough, you think? Oh, don't mind me, I'm sure that you just knowing how to comfort her would mean a lot of itself, really. Oh, okay. Yeesh. Can't always please a teenager once they get to that age, I guess. Still, what is it? Why are you laughing? You lovebirds want to get a room? I didn't know you were all here. It's already time to leave then. You might want to get your eyes checked if you thought you were seeing hot eyes. Oh, I don't know. Did you hear anything special, Zeros? Rough. Not you too, Catra. We were just making small talk, honest. I feel a little better now, to be honest. Our futures may still be uncertain, but for now we can continue to each day as it comes. That we can, and so I shouldn't have said what I did earlier. Man, our boss is such a little troublemaker. Don't sweat it. They say not being able to read the room comes of old age. You know. One day you're gonna realize I'm still in my prime. It's always the same with you two. Forget it, let's just see what's on the docket for today. The Revolution Festival is 3 days out, and I wouldn't be surprised if the aftermath of Armada's destruction led to problems too. It's only 10:30 and there's a lot for us, so I ever think we can cover all the districts in this part of town but by today, right? Right, then let's get to work. Okay, so Arnius, Ferry, Aaron's joined the party. We get to select 2 members. One's a guaranteed for Vizette, and the other one, we're bringing in Judith. That's how we're gonna do it. Okay, so let's see in our party right now. So we got Van, Ferry, Arnius, and Aaron. We're gonna be switching that around. Have Aaron, we have Ferry, but the last person to be changing now is gonna be Vizette. There we go. And I'm gonna have Ferry at the start because she's like the character that keeps on coming in, so might as well just fancy on her at the beginning part here.
Very well.
I've heard that with the Orbital Net is experiencing a lot more overhead with the festival nearing. And on top of that, they've started testing for compliance with the new range protocols. They might be throttling the network a little too. Have to adjust our network settings so that our service doesn't get interrupted. Oh, that reminds me, I found some weird lines on Theo and Zera's activity loves, and evidently they started communicating with animals. I never expected them to develop those kind of routines, but I'm interested to see what comes of it. Divine Blade Shizuna. So that's the next one we can do here. Alright, let's do this. So when it says Divine Blade, this doesn't mean whereby she goes into the other form. It's just her normal form. This is over at the mountains that we're going to be doing right now. Okay, let's go with an S-Break. Let's go early with the Vandalized Blade. Wow, she's got a lot of HP. 402k?
It's over. Radiant.
Oopsie, not that one.
I guess I got a bit sloppy.
You've definitely beat me so much. So 2.9 times the tactical bonuses. Let's see. Bag of Tricks, Triple Stun, Exo Craft, Hyper Chain. Oh man. She is a killer though. I don't like really teaming out with Suzune. I would love to see her extra form, but at the same time, I think they would just kill us as well. Based around how long and stubborn she is at this form here, like 400k? It's insane. Okay, so I got no one else right now to be fighting here, so everyone's on the tick. We didn't get any rewards. All right, let's turn off the simulator. Let's move on. Okie dokie. We got a couple of people to talk inside here. Who is this to be speaking with? Robinson. Booker's been busy lately. Can't even get away on his lunch anymore. They're saying all that mafia business has been put to bed, but the insurance company he works at is still buried in claims. I only hope stuff stands down by the time the rest of all rolls around. If not, kids are gonna lose it. 3 days until the festival, we've got one last big push. Taste testing the special menu, ordering enough ingredients, managing reservations. There's a lot of work to be done, so time to roll up my sleeves and put my back into it. Yeah, sure assist. Activating support program. Man, having Fia around is a huge help. Agreed. I will help whenever we have the chance to. Let's make this Revolution Festival the best it can be. Oh, thank you all so much. Expect some tasty treats as thanks. Place is really booming now, ain't it? Yeah, it's not really booming, isn't it? Anya's.
See you again.
I know you don't think it is. Oh, it's Gin. I'm away from the booth. Please come back later. Don't try any funny. I will catch you. That's weird, she's not here. Oh, I guess it's that time of the week. She might be hanging around the church. But then how are we gonna actually be able to buy Etiro Times? This is gonna be another week of what's going on in the past chapter. One more hits the spot every single time. All my exhaustion from work just gets washed away. All my exhaustion from work just gets washed away. Keeping your bike in shape, nice. Indeed, I had some free time on my hands, so I thought I might tune her up a little. I've been meaning to test her out. Let me know the next time you need to go out. I'll give you a ride. Lucky son of a... Better let me again sometime, capice? Huh, you would be more than welcome now that you have a license. You know, but God's kinda... He had his way of keeping Aaron in check. That takes care of the cleaning. I suppose I have time for a quick ride. I do want to see your work done. If you need my help, you only need to ask. That. Eddie came back home the other day, but he told me he's just crashing there, turned his nose up to helping out around the house. What's the boy thinking? He's just roaming the streets without a phone ahead of his. Well, I've tried all I can. I guess I have to let him be. Anyhow, if there's anything you need, I can ring you up here. With the festival coming up, it's a good idea to buy your gifts and other stuff early. You never know when the rush will hit.
Looking is always free, you know.
You know what? I'm gonna put the associate grain. Every time I see this assorted grains, it's always about 5 or 4 that I have in my pocket here. So yeah, you're going up to 10. That's what's gonna happen to.
Come back for more anytime.
Kids are always so full of energy.
Oh, it's just terrible news. The Revolution Festival has just been delayed. You serious? Because a ghost from 130 years past has risen from the grave and rent the Vantel district asunder. No way. It's taking the president hostage. The government has just sent Judith to negotiate. What? Oh, first I've heard of it. This is, well, yeah. Man, these stories are getting kinda old. Ever thought about writing a book, Grandma? You're good at fiction. Oh, did my story not land? I thought I would get more of a rise of you than that. Yeah, you learn to pick up on it. I know that stuff is fun for you, but don't go overboard, okay? Woof! You telling me the dog speaks cat? That's right. And he got himself into the neighborhood clique too. Looks like Mr. K is high up in the food chain. Everybody's got their gremlins, I guess. I just have to think of something more impactful next time, something more upfront and shocking. I'm gonna polish my skills before the festival, lest I sully the big mom's good name. Good for you, Granny. I'm still well clear of that. So yeah, what we're just gonna be doing, we're just gonna be talking to everyone around in this town. So everyone that with the yellow dots, we're gonna be speaking to them, seeing what the update of how everyone feels now that the whole martial law has been lifted and they can get outside. Apparently there's a quest event over there. I'm gonna actually pick that up after just talking to everyone here though. So usually I start from the other side. Do you feel as though cats can generally win against dogfights though, if they are jerks? I wish I could find a darker spot. Too much light here. Huh, what, you got a problem? I ain't doing anything wrong, so piss off. Today's the day. My record's on the shelves now. My big debut's done and over with, but sigh, I'm still just as restless as I was or it was before. Maybe I should hit up the record stores and see what people think. I do kind of want to see Raymond's jacket cover in action. The plan is to put on a little show tonight to celebrate my debut. It'll be at the usual spot, the Blue Score. The owners there really helped me out. I need to give this performance to all. It's the least I can do to repay his kindness. I drew the jacket cover for Jess's new record. It's not exactly high art, but I heard it's getting good reviews. Here's hoping it gives his sales a little shot in the arm. Alright, my extra job. Feel free to take some flowers with you if you're so inclined. I drew the jacket cover for Jess's new record. Oh, it's the same thing. Alright, what do we have in the shop here? We got a new little gift. Who's the gift for? It's for Ren. We actually got a gift for Ren in the last chapter as well, so we can give her another one in Edith. Let's purchase that.
I hope I see you again.
Opening planner.
Lilac ribbon. A bright ribbon with violet coloring might be a good gift for Ren. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So we just need 40 more points until max connection level from here.
What do I do?
Okay, I've actually got all that later there. As I'm already here, let me just pick up what we have in this forest BG. My son Curtis has recently started behaving rather violently. I'm concerned he might have made friends with some bag eggs. I would like you to investigate what happened to him. I'll explain things over at my house in Old Town. Zora. Oh, Zora is the lady whereby her son is trying to study to get into Aramis. I think his son is actually acting rather violently. Wow. Okay. That's interesting to get a job offer from her. Still a lingering scent. Gotta check the other bulletin boards. Alrighty. So yeah, once we're done over here, then yeah. Check me, you can check in the About Me section. Alright, we're out in the chapel. Oh, it's Sunday school. I always get surprised when it's Sunday school or not, because I can never tell whenever it is Sunday in the game as well. Because, yeah, I focus more on the dates than what the actual day is when the calendar does come up. And Gin is the special guest over here for Sunday school. So back when they had to rezone everything, they gave each area a number. At the time, the main way of getting around was by horse and carriage, so the numbers made everything easier to understand. And that's why Vantel, with all the government officers, was given the number 1. Ooh, so the numbers were added later. That makes sense. Huh, pretty good with kids for a spinster. What's that supposed to mean, Sonny? Go on, scram. Don't you got better things to do?
Very well.
Yeesh, how'd I end up babysitting a bunch of kids? Or whatever, I'll just ramble on for a bit and send them home.
Quit dawdling and buy something.
Hey, we can finally get the Tyrol Times issue 8. That's what I want to grab from you again. Nothing else really in particular.
Come back soon.
So over here, in issue 8, so this is going to be talking about the organization, you know, the whole Armada thing. So they're actually going to give this release publicly about what's going on. If you forget, I'm not going to read all of this, but this is just kind of a glimpse through what's happening here. I wonder if these newspapers are a kind of thing in the other games as well, whereby you can check all this information out and see what's going on in the game. I like scenarios in JRPGs, you know, whereby you haven't played a JRPG for a while and then you come back to the game and then you actually look at a summary in the options menu and it's just only 2 or 3 lines just to get to know what's going on. I like those. I asked Gin for her help with today's special lesson and I'm glad I did. She just had so many fascinating stories to tell. I learned a thing or two myself. And my goodness, the kids had so many curious questions for her at the end. I knew I was right to ask her. Hey, so the Revolution Festival is coming up, right? The Revolution Festival. Of course it is, you little brats. Remember the date. Oh, what's up with her? History is just, I don't know, I don't like it. But then my mom and dad named me after Sheena Duck of all people. How am I supposed to fill her shoes? I just want to be an ordinary girl. Why did mom and dad have to name me after her? You'll stick with that name, you'll like it, you ungrateful little. Heap sorry. Huh, so she doesn't like Sheena Duck the Revolutionist, eh? I wish I had a name like a book character, not some old history thing. What Gin makes history really interesting, her stories don't feel like a class at all. I tried to pay attention today. Yeah, different teachers have different teachings to kids. That can make it better, because I know I have my fair share of favorite teachers here and there. Yes, those are the rules there. All I really know about her is she's stubborn as a mule. But she's very fun to listen to. She's lived a lot and seen a lot, so she's got plenty of stories to tell. And then my hats off to Sister Myra, too. She planned the whole thing. Oh, Miss Gin, I have a question. Have you always been running a candy shop? I sell tobacco, not candy. It ain't for kids, you hear? Back then, though, well, can't get too deep into that. I was pretty popular, is all I'll say. Oh, Grandpa told me about that. So, Mommy was telling me about rivers she wants to buy. What does Riverside Market mean? You mean River Market? Little lady. Center Marsh came around about the same time. Nowadays it's split up into these 9 districts. Miss Gin tells us some really cool stories. Wanna hear them? We'd love to, but we're in the middle of work. You have to share them with us later. Be a good girl and listen closely for us, okay? Okie dokie. Every time I come into Sunday school, there's always different people. Remember there was an Eastern person down here? I can't remember what the name was. Was it like Olo or something? Yeah.
Okay.
Over these last 2 weeks, I've made a point of being an ear for the townsfolk's troubles. But I believe that is the first step toward overcoming their woes. Having someone who listens can help them open up and understand themselves better. A broken heart does not easily mend. Many still carry those wounds inside them, unseen and untreated. I wish to give them a shoulder to lean on, an ear for the troubles. I wish to heal them, not just a clergyman, but as a neighbor and a friend. Today's Sunday school session was a rousing success, due in no small part to Sister Maria. She's grown so much in her time with the church, I think she might be ready to take on more responsibility. Oh Lord Oracion. You know what would be cool if, like, if we could pray inside this building and we get some extra buffs. Oracion, give me better chance against Suzune. We could just pray like that. We could just pretty much kick her butt.
Welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
Alright, what we got here? Burnout Lights in the 10th District High Street. District 2 has a building with faulty HVAC. Go figure, have to trudge all the way out there. I'll tackle that after lunch. This time of year is always a mess. All the holidays and celebrations bring in all the jobs. It'd be sure nice if Rebecca could help with festival prep out in the field, but, well, that's a no-go for obvious reasons. She can at least talk to people when she feels comfortable around them, but when she meets someone for the first time, it's like she's seen a ghost. Good.
Do you know what you want?
Okay, so the gift has been sold. I can't buy that.
I hope to see you again.
And let's see you in the bargain bin.
Do you know what you want?
Oh, okay. So this has never happened before. So every time we actually look in the bargain bin, there's always like one droplet, right? And it always costs 8,000. Now everything's here now because it's the final chapter, isn't it?
I hope to see you again.
Not yet.
Indeed.
Rebecca. Kata dropped by recently, but we got to catch up for a little while. Now that things have finally settled down, she's continuing her studies over at Sylvie's place. I'm glad for her. She really is strong-willed. I love to go and visit her, but I can't, not outside. I'm such a mess.
Alrighty.
Kata's such a strong girl. She handles the outside just fine, but then look at me. Let's see. Let's look at the quotes here. Septian Vein. Oh yeah, I do need to get one of these, isn't it? This looks so good. Yeah, so these shiny ones are the ones to grab. I think they also have extra conditions as well. Oh no, we can actually drop them in any of these, right? Let's see. Scent, Fortune, drops more items. So at least with all these ones, these have different effects here. So that draws more items. Draws hates drawing command bells. That's a good thing for Van, right? If we put that for Van, Van would be so good with this as well. Revelation increases art range by 1. Interesting. And then Decoy deflects hate during command battles. Deflects it? So is that something whereby, let's just say we have a healer in a group and they don't want to get attacked to do that, but at the same time, I don't think this is even necessary because there's so much other ways to attract the other enemies to hit you. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna look into this layer. We're gonna be doing that layer sometime. So we're out the shop. Okay, we started from here. We ran over there, right over there, right over there, right over there. Okay, time for the sauna place now. Let's get there first before we actually tangle in with the other quest with the lady. How's it going, Huck? Fair. Oh, hey. Why, it is. I'd recognize that body anywhere. I've seen you once or twice in the neighborhood. And is it just me, or do you like... I just feel like I saw you somewhere else, but where? Having the focused idea what you're talking about. Don't tell me he's figured it out. That's it. There was this apprentice thing I met back when I was a young lad. Now it's coming back to me. I got to listen to her sing just this wonderful chanson. Knocked me off my feet. You look just like her, I swear. An apprentice, huh? You might be thinking of someone else. What? That's it? No big backstory or anything? Lame. I don't like where this is going, but I couldn't tell you why. I'll just butt out. Yeah, it's probably good to butt out there. I was just a young man at the time, and heavens, she had me wrapped around her finger before I could say bravo. She made her debut around that time, and then her career just exploded overnight. She's a real big shot now. But to me, she'll always be that humble girl I saw on that little old stage. Wait, that sounds like... Oh dear. I don't want to be open that kind of runs, so I'll keep quiet. Anya was just over the moon this morning. Apparently they're doing some special class at Sunday school today. As a parent, I'm happy to see the school so engaged with its students. I appreciate how they tweak and refine the lesson plans as they go. Anya may be rise beyond her years, but she still has much to learn, as I want to soak up everything she can while she's still young and curious. Oh yeah, where's Anya? I guess she's probably taking a break right now. Anya was just over the moon this morning. Apparently they're doing some special classes Sunday school today. As a parent, I'm happy to see the school so engaged with its students. I appreciate how they tweak and refine the lesson. Oh, I did this already. Okay, I want to bathe in. So if you guys don't like to see partial nudity, close your eyes right now.
I hate getting sweaty, but I could get used to this.
But yeah, I only come to this to here just to see if there's any extra awards. The only award you ever get is this right here. HP, EP, CP, fully restored, or not. It was alright. The one who put the call out for us were with Archive Solutions. Nice to meet you. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming. Please have a seat. I'll get some tea ready in just a minute. Yum, tea. I was curious what a Spriggan would look like, you know? But you look like just like normal people. I might have even seen you around town before. You probably have. Our office is in Old Town. I know some stuff about you and your son. He's studying for high school entrance exams, right? Oh, you aren't kidding. You really do know about us. But you're right. We'll be hoping to be able to get into RMS Academy, so I've been having him rightly study every day. Yes, you have. You have been stricken down on him. Like, just telling him to keep on studying. There's so much pressure on him, by the way. His grades were a bit of a rut for a while, but they have thankfully started improvement. Not that I ever doubt him, of course. He's my son, of course. He's capable. If he keeps this up, he surely will nail a spot in the academy at the tippy top of his class. Horizon's starting to show some promise. The situation turns down. Kaz has been behaving really strange of late. He's becoming violent all of a sudden, yelling really loudly, hitting things. And he's never done that before? Never in his life. He's always been a good boy. As they say with Toby. Toby's a good boy. He must be in some awful company. If he's acting this way, that's the most logical explanation. I take my eyes off for a moment, and this happens. That's why I need you. Please figure out what happened to my precious Curtis. What we're here for. We're Spriggans. So what if he's gone a little sassy? I want to curse myself mute if I was getting choked like this 24/7. Really, I don't think it would hurt to look around a little and make sure he isn't falling in with a bad crowd just to be safe. What do you think, Van? Should we help her? Maybe. Give me a minute to think about it. My son Curtis has recently been behaving rather violently. I'm concerned he might have had friends with some bad eggs. I would like you to investigate what happened to him. I was playing things over my house in Old Town, blah blah blah. All I'm looking at is mirror, and apparently we've gotten 1,000 more mirror compared to the previous 4 SPG quest, because the last one is 6,500. Of course I'm gonna set, and especially with the SP award of +5 as well. We're gonna get even more lore from this on the alignment, guys, so I'm gonna accept that. Bam. Alright, we'll take the case. Fantastic, thank you so much. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, where is Kaz right now? He's out buying some reference material. There's a bookstore in the Tyrell district we like to shop at. I imagine he's there. Oh, so he's out right now. Perfect. Before we start with anything else, mind if we search his room? Ain't too hard digging through a teen's room like that, but it's the most obvious place to start looking. I understand. You can search his room. Follow me upstairs. Bet you anything he's got all the good dirty mags hidden on his mattress. No, Varen, he's not that type of guy. How did I know you were gonna say that?
Let's get this party started.
Okay, let's search upstairs. See what we got here. Here you are. This is Curtis's room. Thanks for showing us. Alright, let's get this done before the kid's back home. I'll play with everyone in the game. If Hercule's in the game, I'll play with Hercule. If there's Videl, I'll play with Videl. Anyone. That's a troll comment right there, Javi. Van and the rest started combing through Curtis's bedroom. At first, they found nothing of note that could plausibly explain his violent turn in behavior. The only objects kept hidden were mock exams with failing scores. Whoa. But a few minutes later, oh, look at that. Did you find something, Van? You bet. Take a look what I found tucked away inside of the desk drawer. A mint tin. It looks empty. I don't think I recognize the brand. Could you explain what it is? So the game we're actually referring to is the latest Dragon Ball game, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, that's coming out later this year. There's been a lot of hype around to it. Yeah, that's what they would claim he is the strongest, yes. That's what Hercule does, boast about himself until someone smacks him right in his forehead. They sell tobacco flavored mints inside these suckers. You only get them if you're smoking or trying to cure. Don't explain why it doesn't smell like cigs in here. You could have been chewing on those instead of lighting one up. Oh yeah, it's coming out 1 month from now, isn't it? Yeah, time flies by so fast, doesn't it? They taste like what? They might not be the real thing, but only delinquents even think about smoking at his age. Oh, my poor cuz. What did I go wrong with you? I thought I raised you to be such a good boy. I don't even think you even raised him at all. You just told him to study, study, study. Oh, what's that secret pre-order character? Unless it's never mentioned yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We might be missing something that explains why he had this tin. I know exactly why he had it. It's all my husband's fault. Him and that scoundrel of his that got him demoted from the Bank of Edith. Oh, that happened like back in chapter 1 and chapter 2. Imagine the secret pre-order character was the Captain Ginyu from Dragon Ball Super, whereby he's like a little pipsqueak now. That was it. Yeah, that's okay if you're not really a big fan of the Dragon Ball series either. Like, with video games, when it comes to animes, is that even if you're not the biggest fan, you can still get yourself interested in just the game. It's actually coming out the same day as the game. Oh yeah, that could be a diamond character, yeah. I think now you're probably right about that. It probably is going to be a diamond character. We were forced to move into Old Town because of that. If we were living in a safer neighborhood, my son wouldn't be straying from that path. My husband was supposed to start working at a subsidiary once he was out of probation. But where do I end up finding him instead? Montmartre. I caught him eating there again without a care in the world while I was out shopping. Absolutely ridiculous. Has he been working this whole time? Or just pulling the wool over my eyes? I can't trust him anymore, would you? Android 21, you think Android 21 will come back? That was from Dragon Ball FighterZ? That'll be cool. I like Android 21. Wow, she just keeps going. Anyway, this tin gives us a good jumping off point. We'll keep sniffing around and see what we turn up. Pardon my outburst, I'll leave you all to it. I'll be waiting for your report downstairs. What's the matter, Van? Did you notice something else? Yeah, the tin still stinks. It's faint, but you can still get a whiff if you get real close to it. It smells just like an old hooker. Feels like a lifetime ago, but I recognize that smell anywhere. Well, really? And here I thought we were finally done with that bullshit. I don't know if I'm more surprised by the old hookers coming back, or that hound's nose of yours picking up the smell. I don't doubt Mr. Arkwright's right about it, but the CID and the police were supposed to have confiscated all of them. Oh yeah, they were, wasn't it? I don't remember hearing about that stuff coming in tablets. Where did he get something like that? I worry for his health might be effective. Alright, Chief. What's the plan? Do we go straight to the kid or get him to spill? No, we need to figure out where these things come from in the first place. Right now, this stays between us. Nothing good come from his mom catching wind of this. With a firecracker of a mum like that, I can only imagine. Since we're talking about tobacco-flavored mints, maybe a cigarette seller would know something. If his father smokes too, that could also lead somewhere. Agreed. Might as well look into both of those. The mum said something about husband eating at Montmartre. Alrighty. So we need to go to Montmartre and see if anyone's talked about the stuff. Hey, Mizette! How's it going? How's it going inside there? Oh, messed up. That was hilarious though. I like that glitch. She was just checking the drawers out, I would say. Well, I'll go ahead and get dinner ready. Your poor will get here when it gets here. What kind of wretch would give Curtis those ghastly pills? Surely my poor innocent boy wouldn't stoop that low. He must have been coerced. Yeah, that would be great if she wasn't a one more mainline game. And speaking of Xenoverse 2, I don't know if you are very big into Xenoverse 2, but I heard from someone recently last night that there was like a revamped mod for Xenoverse 2 that just recently got released. That is supposed to be something amazing there.
The goddess of the sky is
apparently someone has had a topic about this with Kaz, so it's over to Gin.
Let me ask you something.
So just trying to find some clues here about this tobacco flavored mint, if anyone's been selling it here. And you know, Gin is a good person to start with as well. Sorry to interrupt your class, can we have a quick chat? We wanted to ask about a kid we've been hired to look into. Name's Curtis. Of all the times, I guess we can, if it really can't wait, let's go somewhere else. Yeah, there is a new one coming out next month, isn't there, for the SAO games? Yeah, you're right about that. I have not even started on my side. I just don't know which one to start with. Yeah, that's what people care about. I've noticed that, like, the moment when the game comes out, people already wants to start modding a game. It's like, yeah, I agree with you there. Like, just enjoy the game. But yeah, it's like, you know, oh, imagine if we could put this into this game and like just keep modding it. Yeah, I've never been a part of like any modding community, but yeah, that's what people love. Just mod. But I understand the excitement to it. If you can actually add stuff that isn't originally supposed to be in the game, or to make the actual game more enjoyable to that person's view there. I'd explained the request he and the others received from Curtis's mother. They also explained his stark change in personality. Right, okay. Not gonna lie, I think his parents are gonna make a storm in a teacup. Kid's not gonna turn into some hardened criminal because of this. But to answer your question, I do know who you're talking about. He came to my Tiapo kiosk about an hour ago. He did? Yeah, he asked if I had any tobacco flavored mints for sale. Damn, he did answer that. Yeah, I was actually looking into Fail Bullet. I wanted to get that one. Oh, crossplay! It's gonna have crossplay? Nice! Okay, that's big. Because I heard that Capcom Fire Collection 2 is not gonna have crossplay, but for this to have crossplay, oh, it's so on. This game is gonna be out with the community for a long time with crossplay. I'm so happy that it has crossplay enabled. I told him I don't sell them, and that even if I did, a kid like him shouldn't go anywhere near them. He got all huffy and started yelling, called me an old hag, which was nice of him. I'm sure it would be nice to be called that. Well, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. Damn, kids got balls to say that to your face. What do you do after that? Beats me. My guess is you went to go looking for some other place he could suck into selling those mints. Makes sense. Thanks for the info. Yeah, he's actually looking around. Yeah, so with mods, I only just look for mods whereby it has like graphical input to make it more shinier, but that's about it really. But each sure their own around to graphical mods around to it. Yeah, I missed someone in the Montmartre right here. Is it him? Is it him that I need to speak with again? He is moving over in the cooking spot here. Oh, I've never actually tried out the first SAO game. Oh, really? So Capcom Fine Collection 2 is actually going to be on our Xbox One as well. Nice. Yes, you definitely can be able to play Power Stone 1 and 2. I would say you're gonna really love Power Stone once you actually get your hands on it. It's an amazing game. And speaking of Power Stone, there was another game on the PS1 that I just recently looked up this morning that is just like Power Stone, which I want to give a try out this weekend as well. It's like some old game, but it plays like Power Stone as well, and I'm thinking like, whoa, this game looks cool. I forgot the name of the game it is though, but it's definitely on my list right now. The festival's menu is always a big hit, but I can't get complacent. Gotta give 100% every year, no exceptions. Make sure you guys get back early. Need some folks to taste test some new dishes I'm working on. Really? Yay! I can't wait. Your cooking is always so good. It is an anime arena fighter. Oh, are you referring to Power Stone? Then yes, Power Stone is an anime arena fighter. Back on the Dreamcast. It plays like Digimon Rumble Arena, but in 3D. So you're aware of that game. I know that. Oh, what does the DLCs contain for the game? That got your attention real fast, says Smurfy. Now me, I'm interested in the adult munchies. Got anything else that goes well with a cold one? You can find out when you do your job, you little brat. Quit slacking. He does like to chew Aaron out, but something tells me I have some snacks for him anyway. The gang's really selling in, aren't they? Aaron's already drinking the place dry. Sure is, yeah. Oh yeah, we forgot to add the cooking to the menu, so hot meat gratin is now. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna really cook right now. Oh, so you actually have them all. Oh, nice. Which one's your favorite out of the SAO games, Jamie? And also you two as well, Zeno, and anyone else that's asking around. I'd like to know what you guys' favorite. Roman. That would probably help me out to think about what SAO game I should play first. Monmart hits the spot every single time. All my exhaustion from work. Water exhaustion just gets washed away. What are you biased about? What's the game you're biased on?
Can we talk?
Wait a minute. We want to ask something about your son. Plan explained the request from Roman's wife and summarized the team's findings thus far. What? My son is chewing on tobacco-flavored mints? I can't believe it. He's never been the brightest at school. Really? I thought he was a genius. I didn't think he'd be that stupid. Yeah, sure thing. I'll get back to you to talk about when once you're out of it. Yes, I was asking to you, Zeno, what's your favorite SAO game? Since we're on the topic here. Sir, please calm down. As an aside, do you smoke at all yourself? Goddess, no. Why would I? The smell would only make our clients uncomfortable. Then do you have any idea why Curtis would be taking those tablets? Any idea at all? Okay, sure thing. Well, what's going on with him? Boy must be getting lazy. Tired of studying for an entrance exams, so he must be taking them as an extraction. What an embarrassment. He's getting real spoiled if he thinks he's getting away with all these this nonsense. When I was his age, I was focused on my studies. I didn't even eat or sleep. Just what in Gehenna is always doing, raising our son for him to turn out like that. What's his problem? I get that he's mad, but he's still the kid's dad. Oh, you guys back at the same time. Okay, so Jamie, let's see. Fail bullet, customization. Oh yes, the level cap. I have heard about the level 300 level cap towards fail bullet. Yes, but it's gonna be fast if you just play with friends, right? In that game to do so. And also, what I was saying, Zeno, is what's your favorite SAO game? That's what I wanted to ask from you. So with fail customization, can you just create your own SAO character? Do you have to play as Kirito? Or you can pretty much just pick out whoever you want to be as? What's his problem? I get he's mad, but he's still the kid's dad. With parents like these, kid will start acting out sooner or later. True, yeah. Parenting. I already knew he was gonna act out like this by the way the conversations were going out of his father, you know, not really talking to him, and his mother, you know, telling him to study to get into Aramis. Lots of pressure under him as well. And there's a lot of arguments down the stairs as well while he's studying as well, because we also heard about the conversation with him. Cause when we went upstairs and we was talking to him, that there was just rumbling underneath him. So yeah, parenting is a very special thing to a kid. Oh, so you get to create your own character. Nice. So I guess you create your own character, you can get your own posse, your own crew, you do your side quests and all these other quests and whatnot. And it has its own main storyline. That's great. Thanks for the info. We get out your hair now. Well, that's both people on our list, and none of it helped. Dad didn't really tell us anything new about the kid, and we got no info to go on about those mids. Guess the last stop's that bookstore his mom mentioned. He might not even be there, but it can't hurt to talk to him if he is. If he's not, we can always ask the staff. They might know something. So the bookstore, eh? Not here. Gonna have to go to another place here. It's gonna be Tyrell District? Bookstore, so Stewart Bookstore. I see.
Off we go.
Oh, that's good then. As long as like the original SAO cast is there, that's great. That's good with me. I don't mind any of the original ones from what I've seen in the anime. They're all pretty much perky to me around to it. Now that the state of emergency is being lifted, stock prices are rebounding. I think we have a president to thank for that. He's been doing some wheeling and dealing with businesses, and he announced the culprit behind the attack on Krill. I don't know what happened to this country once the reparation money stops coming in, but I have a feeling he's got a plan for that. Fable and XL World versus Sword Online. I have seen XL World as the anime. That's the one with the little guy that's like a it's kind of like a piggy to the girl. I can't remember the story though. It's been so long for XL World, but I do know what you're referencing there as well because I've seen an anime. There's some nice choices. I need to catch up to the anime. Yes, that is one thing I'm slacking off. Anime in general, I am slacking off with catching up to a lot of things. So I need to do that before starting that off. Books on Sheena Duck and the Revolution have been selling like gangbusters the last couple of days. I'm taking it as a sign that people are staying positive and trying to look forward to the festival after everything that's happened. As tragic as the incident in Krill was, we can't stay down in the dumps forever. We have to keep moving forward little by little. Oh, really? I never caught on to that. About seeing the Nivge in episode 1 for XL World. But then again, I have not seen the anime in so long. In many, many years around to it. Yeah, that's it. So he has the little piggy avatar, that's it. Yeah. So is there like more references in XL World for SAO? As tragic as incident in Krill was, we can't stay down in the front dumps forever. We have to keep moving forward little by little. Is that it we have here for her? Yeah? Or do we have more conversation? So I've decided it's high time that this store goes all in on this OrboNet thing. Maybe I'll open a website first. I could even set up a newsletter so people can keep tabs on all the latest happenings. In fact, I went ahead and brought the newest Orbo computer model. Now I just need to master ASAP so I can make the most out of it. Cool.
Ah, welcome.
There's not really much of the gifts or any recipes to buy. It's all sold out. Only a few references, yeah. But it's nice to hear that they have some connection to it then, one way or another. I suppose it's made by the same creator as well. That's the case. I wonder what the creator likes. Does the creator like more of SAO or do they like XL World? Because I think XL World was, how many seasons was XL World? It's no way more than SAO at this point.
I hope to see you again.
Okay, so let's check out the topic for Curtis, if Curtis has come over to the bookstore.
Can we talk?
Indeed.
Yeah, most likely they're like SAO Mel. I don't see anyone who looks like they could be Curtis. I go up the manager and see what she has to say. Excuse me, does the name Curtis ring a bell by any chance? That explained the request he and the others received from Curtis's mother. They also explained his stark change in personality. Oh wow, poor Curtis. I had no idea he was going through all of that. He come here a lot, so one of my workers and I made a point of looking after him and helping him with his studies. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell you anything about his personal life or those mints you mentioned. That's all news to me too. That's okay, we appreciate you talking to us at all. If you don't mind me asking, could you tell us about the other worker? Oh, I recognize you. You came here a lot too. You're from Aramis, aren't you? His name is Albert. You probably know him, right? Yes, absolutely. I can't believe I forgot that this is where he works. Yeah. He only started recently working about chapter 3, chapter 4, right? Yeah, it has been a while though. It could possibly become popular again if they actually did start remaking it, because I've heard that a lot of old animes have been getting remakes now. Oh, so there could be some relative between the characters here as well with it. Could be possible. Yes, absolutely. I can't believe this. I forgot this is where he works. He sure does. He and Curtis seem to get along really well. He would recommend reference books for Curtis to buy and whatnot. Between the two of us, I imagine Albert would know more about him than I do. That load of good that'll do unless we can track the nerd down. Any ideas where he might be? Where might he be? Oh, so the manga's getting continued in Hunter x Hunter. That's a popular show. And Bleach as well, yes. Bleach, there's a lot of big things happening in Bleach right now. Yes, absolutely. And then also there's a game coming out for it as well. Yeah, there is a lot of stuff coming back right now as well for anime. I think the anime community has always been eating. I don't think there has been one year whereby anime has never been eating at all good, honestly. Like, yes, a lot of old stuff have been coming back, but even the years when it has not been like old stuff coming back, there's always been good animes to watch every single year if you're like in that trend. Because when I was in that whole anime cycle and I used to watch a lot of anime every day, there was so much to go through. I was always eating well for anime. At this hour, he's probably either on campus or somewhere around the Uber district. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go find him. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Fingers crossed he doesn't turn out to be a dead end. Ooh, TMNT X Naruto comic. I wonder how that's gonna work, whereby it's just gonna be Team 7 and the Turtles only? Or they're gonna actually add more characters, because they have to probably balance out between the cast, because Naruto has so much characters to go around to it. So the next part is in the Uber district now. We need to go chase out. So yeah, instead of actually talking to everyone here, I'm not gonna go talk to her. I'm gonna keep this side quest going so we can kind of keep the flow going, rather than just going to talk to all the NPCs, then focus on it. So yeah. We'll go down here now. I hope Sakura is not a side character. That'll break the whole comic book there. I've only watched the first season of Day Alive, but yeah, season 3, season 4. I know that's been out at some point recently as well. I heard they're really good. I don't believe she's in the comic, and if she is, I will close my eyes at every scene that she's in.
It's almost over already.
Basically, you tried your luck with a bunch of girls and had 0 luck, so now you're in desperate need for someone to spend the festival with. This is ridiculous. Unsurprising, but ridiculous all the same. What are you even planning? Come on, man. A social party is better than being all alone. Also, you know, extra manpower means extra sex appeal, yeah? Ladies will be flocking over to us during the festival. Unbelievable. Well, unfortunately for you, I made arrangements with the student council. I suspect Julian will also be busy. Actually, I don't have any plans. I was hoping to have someone show me around the festival. In fact, maybe you'd be willing to do so. For real? You who could have picked from all the hot babes at school is choosing to go with me? Thanks, man, Julian. I freaking love you. You're utterly incomprehensible.
Well,
I could see that they would say that she's useless, but at the same time, honestly, Sakura in that comic book, I know she's gonna do well, way better than how she's portrayed in Naruto. If I had to be very honest, they're gonna make all the characters look good, including Sakura. And I put that with a big gulp there. I'm afraid the student council will be busy discussing other matters at length, so we won't have time for much else. Oh yeah, is that right? Come bid to break a promise to a pretty lady, Casanova. Stop teasing me. I didn't mean it like that. What are you talking about?
Alrighty.
So all the Team 7, yes, they're gonna be there. Oh, so it's gonna be like season 1 related, yeah. Yeah. I don't know about that if they're gonna carry the tales. They're gonna actually have some good representation of the tales as well, right? I've heard of the Fate series. Oh, so season 4 is not out yet in dub yet. Oh, okay.
Very well.
Just have to wait on that then. Yeah, Sakura and April will relate well. I can see that as a good combination there. Girls, you know, girls from other series usually do relate well. Because I would not see, you know, April be like, oh yeah, you're my rival, like how Ino is to Sakura. Julian's such a chick magnet, it's unreal. How does he do that? I know, I'm gonna mooch off. I'm gonna show him around the festival and learn all his secret techniques. No, I'm bored and ain't with lying around. This is my first Revolution Festival, so I'm hoping to get to see really the sights. Gotta make sure a lot of memories to share with my friends back in the Empire. Oh, they'll carry along with the towers. My bad. I didn't catch that reference, but yeah, everyone's gonna do all the carrying. Yeah, that is what I think is what's gonna happen. No, one side is going to carry the other, but all of them are gonna do it. So it's gonna be what? Shredder and who's gonna be the other villain on the Naruto side? Shredder and Orochimaru, perhaps? That'd be a cool dynamic duo. Alright, so let's bring this topic up for Curtis here. That's what we're gonna start with.
Let me ask you something.
Well,
I'm sorry to call you all of a sudden, Albert. It's alright. It looks like it's something you need to be discreet about. Something like that. We'll look into something right now. Do you know Curtis? Van's team told Albert what they'd heard from Curtis's mum. They also mentioned how he changed recently. Damn it. I knew something was up. He's been acting strange lately. Maybe sex unstable is the best word for it. It was very different from his usual self. How long have you known? Oh, you know, I don't really want to help you, but I guess I noticed it around late October, early November. Okay, so he's just hiding all that information there. Oh, it's a Magical Girls series. Yeah, I like Magical Girls. I can't really give you examples of what Magical Girls anime I've seen from my top of my head, but I do know I've watched quite a bit of them. They're always fun to watch, every now and then. Yeah, he could be a shape-shifting villain, yeah, around to it. But definitely Shredder's gonna appear from that. Unless there's a lot of other villains in the TMNT that also has a good significance as Shredder does. That could also be, you know, as a swap there. Task mark in Vermilion mode. I wonder if the Turtles can control Naruto in that mode when he does turn into that. There. He was pretty down in the dumps before that, saying he'd lost motivation, but then he started being excited about his studies all of a sudden. Something was off about it though. I don't know where all that enthusiasm came from. Thank you for letting us know. Have you heard anything in particular about his friends? As if he was hanging out with a bad crowd. No, not really. Didn't look like it anyway. Wait, maybe it's not that quiet. But I remember someone that looked like him hanging around the back streets in the Tyrell district. Since it was at night and the guy he was talking to looked real shady, I kinda just assumed it couldn't be Curtis. Damn it, maybe that's the guy that... Come on, stop mumbling and cut out with it already. We've been warned at school to watch out for a suspicious man that hangs around Tyrell's back streets. He apparently sells tobacco and hard drugs to young people. That's what the rumors say anyway. I should have made the connection earlier. Curse would have bought the tablets from him. That makes a lot of sense. Maybe he was going to meet him today when he said he was going to the bookstore. Looks like it anyway. Next up, Tyro's backstreets. Well, I'm glad I could be of help. Please do something for Curtis. We will. Thank you for your help, Albert. Alright, back to Tyro again. Alright. So it's the, well, I think it's probably around Tyro times here.
Time
go
to
back.
depart.
Yeah, it's gonna be version 1 because Four Tails is now to Shippuden. Because you said it's around season 1 Naruto. And even so, season 1 Naruto doesn't even have Vermilion mode as well. Oh, I have to go that way. Yeah, Jiraiya would be so great if he was in, but I doubt it. Because you said that it's going to be Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura as well. Because the only mode we've seen from season 1 for Ninetales mode was against the Haku fight, whereby he has the chakra all around him. Then you start to see all the details around to it. No, it was impossible for him. Yeah, off screen, yes. Yeah, off screen. If you say off screen around to that. No, actually, no. He did not go Four Tails in season 1 off screen, actually. Because when he went Four Tails, he went in season 7? Was it season 7? Season 8? When did Naruto's seasons end in part 1? After Naruto versus Sasuke fight. Okay. Then I think it was season 7. Yeah, season 7. Season 7 was the last part of Naruto, right? Naruto part 1. So after season 7 is when he was able to do that. When he was training with Jiraiya that time. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So season 1, okay, I think we have a bit of a misunderstanding here. So basically, the first 7 seasons are part 1, and then there was season 8, season 9. Was it season 8? Did they all include that in season 8? No, I think it was like a couple extra seasons in part 1 where it was like a filler, and then part 2 started off with its own seasons there. But now I know what you're referencing. You're counting season 1 as the whole of part 1 for Naruto. So if you say it that way, then yeah, I do know what you're referring to. If you say season 1 is part 1, it's everything. But I was getting a bit specific there because I do know about all the seasons of Naruto, part 1 and part 2. But yeah, you're right about that. There he is. That's got to be the seller, right? He just looks like it. Only one way to find out. I'll pose as a customer and try talking to him. You guys hang out there. If you approach him as a group, you'll probably get spooked. Makes sense to me. Good luck, Van. Well, hold on a minute, Chief. We're talking about a guy who deals with kids. He's not gonna want to sell to an old fart like you. You never miss an opportunity to remind me that I'm older than you, do you? But you might have a point. If his client's based on students like us, then I'm sure as hell him's out. Oh, Van, don't let Aaron get to you. You're still perfectly young. Yeah, don't worry about it. You should be more confident. Nah, I agree. I'm not the best man for the job. It will be someone who looks rebellious enough to enjoy taking drugs, but also a guy who won't bite. You're up, kid. Show this old man what a young punk like you can deliver. I thought it was also gonna get another option of choices, and I would have definitely chose Aaron as well. Hell yeah, I'll deliver, alright? Just watch and learn. Alright, show us, Aaron. Yo, dude. Have you heard you could hook me up with some good shit? That true? Who the hell are you? Good friend of mine told me all about you. Said you got some kick-ass mints that can get you high, emphasis on the kick. Mind hooking me up on some? I'll pay you whatever you want if that's good. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. That lanky-ass school kid fill you in. Let you on a secret. That stuff originally came straight from some pharmaceutical company. I haven't heard of them before, but I guess they got busted by the cops or something like that. They were out on the market for only a hot minute before they were taken off. I just sold the last of my stock to that kid a little while ago. You kidding me? All that talking, you got nothing to deliver? Way to let a guy down. Hey, trust me, I'd love to have some more so I could make even more money. It is what it is. Seems like the kids developed a real dependence on him though. I tried telling them what I told you before he got all pissy with me. Told him to give me more before chucking what he had like a little baby. Yeah, so when there was ever like a main fight from the series, there has been Ninetales chocolate to be used. Yeah. It first started with Haku, and that's what you've seen from there as well. Yeah. Stuff like that is why I'm freaking hate dealing with a dicks like him. They've always got to make everything hard. Bingo. So the kid really did come through it. Sounds pretty shitty, yeah? What do you do after you threw that temper tantrum? I suggested some other stuff to try, but you wouldn't listen to me. All he wants is those mints, it seems. Yeah, I feel like he's probably just addicted to it. It's probably from the flavor and coloring, that side. So I told him to try the Blacklight District just to finally get the kid out of my face. Whoa, you sent him down there? That's dangerous. Even told him how to get down there for good measure. Hopefully you'll leave me alone now. The Blacklight District, huh? That's a good idea. I could definitely see someone down there hawking that stuff in some dark and dingy corner. Is that what you were after too? Just those mints? We got plenty of other good stuff, you know. I even give you a free hit. You should try it. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm only interested in those mints too. Wait, thanks for nothing. What a waste of time this was. I think I'm gonna try selling somewhere else today. Seems here's deader than a stuffed palm. Nice work. Sounds like you got a lot out of that dirtbag. I'm just glad we had an idea where Curse might be now. I bet we can guess where those mints come from too. Yeah, it was probably a dummy corporation set up by A. Now all we need to do is find the kid and hear his side of the story. Seeing as his own ways to the Blacklight District, let's focus on dragging him out first. We can question him after that. Shall we be on our way then? Sounds good to me. A place like that's going to be dangerous for a kid like him before long. He needs to stop. Stop with the plugs. But yeah, it's quite criminal now that we've got a little kid that's going over to Blacklight District, and it is bugging around with criminals down there. So we need to hurry fast. Remember last time when Mario went over to the Blacklight District and she was caught over there? It's not a good scene at all. And he should definitely not be hanging around there. Okay, so it's just over here.
I don't think I've seen you before.
It does happen in real life, yeah. Lots of stuff is thrown here into real life and around to it in comparison. That is true. Finally, I finally found you. Hey, you're Marja, right? The herb seller? Tell me you got the mints I'm looking for. Say, I don't think I recognize you. You look like you came from the surface, the way you dressed. Hate to break it to you, but I don't stock that garbage. Ooh, ow. Honestly, you should really quit taking those things if you know what's good for you. Liar, you have those mints. I know it. If I don't get more of those mints, I'm gonna huff and fluff and blow down the house. Who the heck used Sakura? It was Chloe that used it. I think Chloe used Sakura just on a whim there. That's pretty much it. But yeah, it's 50k now. Bingo! Knew this is where we found Point Dexter. Oh, what do you want? I could swear I recognize you from somewhere. You're Cursed, right? What is suffering's going on with this kid here? Mind filling me in? Sure, his mom sent out a request for us. Bannon and company brought the two up to speed on the events that brought them there. They clarified that the mints Curse has been eaten were reportedly laced with illicit substances. What? I didn't hear anything about that. All I knew was that they were hard to come by. I thought they were ordinary mints, just like what happened to taste like tobacco. Oh, there's more to them than that, much more. I heard they was manufactured by A, and that they leaked out onto the streets before the cops did their post-Tarbad roundup. The CID stamped out their pipelines, so they're not being made anymore. It's only a matter of time before they're off the streets completely. Oh, that's a relief. I get you kids like to rebel against your parents, but hard drugs ain't exactly the gotcha you think they are. It's not about that. I'm not trying to rebel. I need those mints. Why can't you simpletons understand? It's not worth damaging your body. You really need to stop. You're already showing side effects, bud. The outburst there? Probably the mints making you irritable and prone to withdrawal. Like it or not, those things are having an impact on you, and they're only gonna get worse the longer you're on them. I know that. For crying out loud, I know they're dangerous, but I have to date them. If I don't have them, I can't study hard enough. Damn, it's really corrupted his mind, these mints here. And if I can't study it enough, I fail my entrance exam, and then I'll just be another stupid kid like all the rest. I don't even want to imagine how my parents would react if that happens. They would yell and scream and maybe kick me out of the house. My life's over, isn't it? This poor kid, I feel awful for him. This mint addiction seems to be a symptom of the real problem then. We need to address the root cause to solve this case. This poor kid's being driven to another corner. We have to hold his parents accountable. No middle schooler should be stressing like this. But it's pretty clear to me that the parents share some of the blame here. We're gonna need to give him a talking to. I know you're not gonna like this, but I need you to be a part of that discussion with us, okay? If you don't mind me asking, do you know who sold those mints to him in the first place? We do actually. The blonde guy with a goatee. Seemed like he had a habit of slinging his stuff around town. Oh, him. Should have figured. Don't you guys worry. He hasn't been on the streets for long. I'll be sure to remind him of the rules we have here. So frankly, if he's going around selling drugs to children, he won't be on the streets for long. Thanks, we really appreciate it. It saves us the bowling of having to go find him again. Probably will report back to Renee before doing anything else though. Now that we're done here, let's swing back around to Bermoy's place and fill him on the details. Good idea. Maybe you can look at Curtis and diagnose his condition too. Yeah, it's not gonna help him study. But yeah, the addiction to these things, it's very hard to get out of. And I'm glad I've never gone to addictions like this as well in my life. Dan and company quickly got to work. Oh, did I miss out something there? Paying Bermotti a visit and filling him on his minty mystery. Having previously analyzed the ingredients found in the orb of hookers, Bermotti was able to prescribe solely needed medicine for the boy. And once Curtis' symptoms subsided, Van contacted his parents. They agreed to reconvene at the family's home so that the group could report their findings. Okay, now that everyone's here, we can get started. Well, what did you find? Was I right? Has Curtis made some bad friends? Nah, I'm sure it's just a typical rebellious teen phase. Let's go over what we found and then we take things from there. Dan began by discussing how Curtis bought the tobacco-flavored mints from a dealer on a whim. Curtis soon had developed a dependency on them since his academics improved when he used them. Dan also brought up how the mints were laced with drugs. Though the side effects were light, Curtis soon started taking prescription medicine thinking it would cure him. This is all too much to take in. I feel so dizzy simply thinking about it. To think my own son would be taking prescription drugs. Oh, Jammy, thank you for the resub. 7 months. It's been quite a long time, actually. You know, one thing I've actually been lacking, to be honest, with the subs has been the sub badges. Should get around to it. Because I've not been around to be working too much around to it. But, much appreciated, Jammy. I'm very disappointed in you. Is this the thanks I get after supporting you and your studies unconditionally? What do you have to say for yourself, young man? Keep it down, will you? Or do you want the neighbors to hear you? As for you, did you forget your father just started working again? I don't have the time for this nonsense, and yet here you are, causing me nothing but problems, as if I don't have enough of my play already. I practically had to beg for some time to work off to come have this conversation with you. Are you even aware what I'm going through? I agree, these parents do need to stop, but sometimes, appearance of a kid, you can't really control what the parents do or not. It's like, they had the choice to make the kid, and then, yeah, they have whatever their ways of action as well. Yeah, I agree with you, bad parenting around to it. And it's been a long storyline with this, from start to finish. And this is the reason why I love talking to the NPCs so much in this game. But you get to follow through all this happening here. And I feel so sorry for Curtis as well, for him to get himself into this mess. I didn't think we was gonna get a Force PG to come around to this, but I'm glad we did as well for this Force PG. I practically had to beg for some time to go for work, to have a conversation with you. Are you even aware of what I'm going through? I'm sorry. I'm honestly surprised at the total lack of shame here. So am I. Are you actually sorry for what you put us through, young man? I trust the police aren't going to have to get involved at this point. The last thing I need is my son to get arrested. None that will really get me fired. No, you two got it all wrong. He's not the one that should be ashamed, it's you two. You should be mortified. Van! Van with a W. Yeah, Van's giving them to say how to act right now. This is it from Van. Though I guess that's up to you. Can't force either of you to feel guilty. Guilty? What should I even feel guilty for? Don't try to change the subject. Curse is the one that's acting like a delinquent. This isn't about us. No, on the contrary, this is all about you folks. Or did you forget already? You asked to figure out why your kid changed. We're serving you the answer on a silver platter. Curse was hitting a dead end with his studies and felt like he was being driven to a corner. That may be true, but I fail to see what it has to do with either of us. Since you're not getting it, I'll spell out for you. Your son didn't fall in with a bad crowd or change because of some damn mints. It's all his parents' fault. A neglectful peer that failed to notice what he was going through, or maybe he just didn't want to. I knew I wouldn't like where this conversation was headed. Where did I fail as a father, huh? Have you two ever stopped thinking about how Curtis feels? I don't know everything about your family, but it looks like you two only worry about what you want from him and not what he wants. And who are you, thinking you can tell us how to run our family? You don't have the slightest idea of how hard I've worked for this. Also, Curtis could get into a prestigious high school, his future would be set. Exactly. Do you know how much money I spent on his textbooks and mock tests? I've done all that despite my work situation. This conversation's getting nowhere and fast. Should have known they wouldn't listen. I'd feel wrong better now and leaving the kid out to the dry though. Not really my style, but I guess it's time for a little marriage counseling. What should I tell them? So we could either bring up their family bonds, so then they'll get their rights back up, or recommend a divorce. Now, on my side, I would never ever recommend a divorce to anyone. That's not my thing to say. That's not my style either. And I'm not going to do this right now as my first choice. So the one choice I'm going to bring up right now is their family bonds. Maybe talking about their family bonds will get these two to snap out of it. Has it ever crossed your mind why your son was desperate with his studies? Who knows, maybe I'll be talking to my ass, but sure like this is trying to live up to those lofty expectations of yours. That's not why. I just thought a good student should go to a prestigious school. And then you hit a brick wall. So that's when you start turning to those mints into getting to Aramis. Oh yeah. That's a good reason, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about the whole abuse thing there, but yeah, I feel as though divorce to me, if I had to recommend it, would be the last option though. I just think the other one is just better for now. At the end of the day, is that what you wanted? I mean, sounds to me like you really wanted to not let your folks down. You put in all the effort so they would finally acknowledge you. I don't know what to say. And while your son's busting his back to succeed, what support did he have? He had a mother that twisted her love and affection for a child into a leash, and a father acting only for his own self-righteousness without ever stopping to look back at his family. Honestly, none of you ever did. You two don't know the first thing about taking care of a kid if you think this is a sad excuse for parenting's the best way to raise him. I'm so sorry. I wanted to support you, but it turns out all I was doing was burdening you even more. I might have let go of my head, having so much power over managing your life. I failed you as a mother. I should have believed in you, and I didn't. I'm also sorry, son. I thought it was my job as the man of the house to provide for the family, and now it was your mother's job to raise you instead. When I was demoted at work, I thought I failed you all. But that's not when all this started. It began with me neglecting you and that what should have been my role within this family. Dad, Mom, I think it's time for us three to sit down and talk as a family. Talk and figure out what we went wrong and how to fix things. You're right. It's time we stopped running from reality and started trying to work together. Yeah, I guess so. We really do need to talk. Glad things finally calmed down. You had me on the edge of my whole seat the whole time. I sincerely hope the conversation I have once we leave proves to be a fruitful one. I don't get anything else to add here. The rest is up to you. And don't worry about the whole drug deal. We'll take care of it discreetly so it doesn't become public. We'll get out of your hair now. Good luck, yo. And don't forget about the money.
Well done, everyone.
Yay, 7,500 mil. Yeah, that was totally the best option there. But you know, with JRPGs like this, you get to choose your own options here because I'll show you why. In this point with the LGC alignment, if I chose the other option instead, then my chaos or gray area would have grown instead in that point there. So there was really no right or wrong option there in this game sense to go on, because you can choose Van to be a good guy or a bad guy. And then every choice, if I'm given a choice for a good guy or a bad guy, I'm going to have the good guy side, because that's naturally where I would probably lie in as well. I'm not going to be a bad guy and be like, oh yeah, you divorce. Better to reconcile with the decisions there and make sure everyone's good there. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I need the money. I need the money. I am always broke in this game. It's very tough as it is. Yeah, you're definitely right, Zeno, on that one. You want to be strict to your kids, but not to be strict. Yeah, on that balance there. Yeah. I'm sure that all of us here are going to be good parents one day if we ever come to make that choice. What's going into you two? You're all normal until this morning, and now you're all soft and stuff. Fine, I'll take the medicine, okay? And I guess I owe you.
Very well.
Alright, I guess that is the resolution there for that. And yeah, you know what? We do have some free time around, so we actually check out the free times there. So let's actually check here. So we got for you, one for you, which we've got all the max level to, so we're not going to get anything else on top of it. And this is all the connection effects we have right now that we can have. So that's going to be all to Van's maximum HP, so that's 200 there. I might not do this one because I already got down. Ren, we do still need to level her up to max her out, so we do have another bonus condition to get from it. Nina, we're definitely gonna get Nina. I love coming with a Nina one. We're gonna have to do this one. This is a must one. We'll see what the other one is. Jack and Hal. Okay, I've made my decision. We're gonna go with these three: Ren, Nina, and Fee. And if we do have an additional point, then we'll go with the Jack and Hal. Let's see if we can get another bonus on this side. Yeah, if you are strict and understanding, it is fine. It can be difficult as well. Yeah, that is the best course of action to do around to it. Yeah, I agree with that. But who should we go first? I want to see Nina's one first. I'm going to do Nina's one. Director Lamb's request. The director of voice requirement, Leslie Lamb, got in touch with me through Director Gotti. Apparently he wants to talk to me about Nina, and she's going to be in his new film. Yes! Let's do this. So yeah, these free times, they always happen at the start of the chapters. You get some points, and you get to talk to these characters, and they give you some bonuses as well that can be used during combat. So it's very useful to go in these free times. They're fun as well to watch and check out. Van's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they please. Look who it is. This is the real me. The one you don't know. The one I don't want you to know. But no, this isn't right. I'm missing something. And also, this is also to follow up with our other free time story because Nina has imposter syndrome. So if you don't know what imposter syndrome is the fact that you are trying to pretend to be someone else to make yourself look better in that instance, but it doesn't do that. So yeah, that's a very common thing in imposter syndrome because you get very attached to someone that you see and then you become that personality. Very, very easy to actually get yourself attracted to it. Yeah, with that example that you said there, yeah, they'll learn the lesson from that. As long as they get taught by it. And very at a young age as well, by the way. No, this isn't right. I'm missing something. Hey there. What about taking a break? Mr. Arkwright, what are you doing here? Your director sent me. Oh, so you've been with them on and off, so but you babysit them, so you got the know-how every now and then with your nieces and nephews. There's an actress I've been working with whose work I'd like your opinion on, if that's okay. Ever since I offered her the part, she's been immersed in the role almost to a scary degree. I was originally gonna ask Judith for help here, but it might be a bad idea if I did it since I'm not involved in the film's production at all. I know you're pretty tight-lipped, so I said why not? So you're gonna help? I guess they were both really worried about me. We recently filmed one of the most important scenes in my next film, you see. The director said my final cut was fine, so we were ready to move on. But I'm still not happy with it. I still feel like I can do better, so I asked him to let me shoot again after I rehearsed it some more. And that's why you're here all alone. It sounded like a long monologue. Surprised it's giving you so much trouble. I think it's because I've been rehearsing it alone. I meant to look at someone during the actual scene, and it's hard when I don't have anyone. Oh, I know. Would you be willing to act as my partner while I practice? Me? Didn't see that one coming, but I know that even if I said no, you ain't leaving until it's perfect. But are you sure you want to ask me? I ain't exactly an experienced actor. It's alright, just you being here will make a world of difference. Alright. I got the time to spare, so give it your best shot. Just don't go expecting nothing a sack of flour couldn't do better. Hee, thank you. With Van as her partner, Nina continued practicing the problematic scene over and over. But in the end, she still wasn't able to come up with a take she was happy with. How about that break? This is your job and all, but you're gonna burn yourself out if you keep at it non-stop. I'm so sorry, it feels like I've been wasting your time here. I should have known I couldn't handle this like Judith does. What's she got to do with this? You guys are very different kinds of actresses, yeah? People always talk about how I embodied the characters I act so naturally. It's like I'm possessed by them. You might be able to put a positive spin on it, but what does Mers mean at the end of the day is that my acting has no real soul of its own. That's a bit harsh. But it's the truth. Judith's acting is just so full of heart soul. Every one of her roles has an identity that's uniquely hers. Not to say that she's not doing a good job portraying that role, of course. I don't mean that. She maintains the role's integrity, but she always puts part of her into it. She takes every role in a way that's uniquely hers. That's her greatest appeal as an actress, if you ask me. I see it, yeah. But I just can't do that. I don't have her strength of spirit, and I never will, because I'm empty. All I can do is act the role I'm given. That's all I can ever do. She's extremely transparent while acting, so much so that you might see right through her and her hollow acting. I remember reading that on a magazine after your debut film aired. You have a good memory. You know that just cause someone said that doesn't mean it's true, right? If that's how people see you, then that's a talent you should take in stride. But you can call my acting skills whatever you want, but the truth is I'll never measure up to Judith. And that might be your problem right there. If you really think there's nothing in there, then that's all the more space to start filling in. There's still plenty of time for you to create the identity you think you're lacking. You got a whole lot of material to take inspiration from. What do you mean? You're well known for not just taking a script and listening to it to a T, you always take it a step further. You wrap yourself around in a role and let it become who you are. You think and act like the characters would. That's not something you can just up and forget. Or do their lives and experiences just vanish from your head after you stop playing the role? No they don't. I remember everything. I remember the warmth of being in Ron's arms as Michelle's in Wars of Cryon. I still remember how reassuring it was to have my friends and companions at my side and Gloria as Sheena's dad. Yeah, thought so. You remember all of that so clearly. And that's not something that's just everyone can do, not even Judith. Those voices, those feelings are just as much a part of you. You ain't empty. But don't let them overwhelm you either. You gotta listen to what you want too. And I might get shit for saying this, but to hell with this script. I think this should be more important to you. Because it's something that only you can do. And he said that again last time. He said the same thing to her, which she forgot about. And they even considered disregarding my lines. That might actually be a good idea. Do you mind if I try the scene one more time? I might finally have something. And let's start from the very beginning this time. Yeah, sure. Wait, ready? So that little break is done. Yeah, absolutely. They will definitely make mistakes a lot, and it is the parents' job to get them to understand. More or less, yes. That's 100% true. And so they resumed their acting. Nina performed the scene over and over, Van still acting as her partner. Every attempt refined the scene further, and Nina could feel the pleasant and satisfying exhaustion wash over. Eventually...
This is the real me. The one you don't know. The one I don't want you to know. But I can't run anymore. Not if I'm going to stay true to myself.
Cut! Mr. Lamb? How long have you all been there? Wait, were you filming this? Don't worry, we're only filming Nina. That was spectacular, Nina. I know I approved our previous take, but this was significantly better. You went off script a little, but that doesn't matter when I could feel you and your character so perfectly in your delivery. Thank you, director. Alright everyone, let's keep this momentum and get back to shooting. Of course. Glad that's taken care of. Same, it's a relief. It feels like I finally saw a side of myself I've never faced before. Thank you so much for your help. They parted ways, Van leaving Nina and her crew to her filming.
That was invigorating. You should keep an eye out
man,
for
we
my
couldn't
next
get Max of
performance.
Nina. Kinda hard to get the points there for the third star. Mr. Van Arkwright, I'm gonna have to hope that I get some gifts on Nina, or else I'm not gonna get the rest of the points there. I did everything with Nina to do in this game.
Opening planner.
Okay, so let's go with Ren next. Miss Ren Bright. A mysterious request. Got a 4SPG from an unknown sender. It wasn't just addressed to me, but Ren Bright as well. For me, I wouldn't take on a request like this, but I'm oddly curious. Maybe I should see what's Ren up to. Van's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they can spend their free time as they pleased. And Van's free time is with Ren, the overseer of all information on that little head of ours. A Spriggan request addressed towards both you and I. Something stinks real bad about this one, but I don't think it's just a prank either. Thoughts? I can handle it myself if you like. That's fine, I'll lend you a hand. We've quite a few shared acquaintances after all, it's worth looking into. So, what is the request about? A retrieval. Something's been smuggled into the sea via the underground, and we're supposed to go get it. The route there is pretty convoluted, and it looks like shit's been encrypted over and over a few times. Not gonna lie, this might be a little out of my depth. Lucky for you that I'm here. We both are perfectly suited for this mess, so let's cooperate and get to the bottom of this. After agreeing to work together, Van and Ren decoded the 4SPG. They continued gathering clues afterward from the Orban Net and the Underworld. Eventually, the trail led them to the attached case. This must be what we're looking for. That was some tricky shit to figure out. They definitely didn't cut us any slack. I'll say we had to follow the thinnest friends we could find just to get here. Had we not teamed up, this whole search would be probably dead in the water. They must have trusted us to find it in the end though, if it was here after all. Well, let's crack it open and see what's inside. Dan unlocked the attached case and threw it open to reveal. What? Writing utensils and painting supplies? The hell is this stuff for? There's nothing weird about any of them, just normal ass pencils. I don't get it. Oh, it looks like we've also got these letters here. They're addressed to the both of us. No sender listed, but I can only think of one. Right, Grandpa George. No, beyond a doubt. Dear Red, I realize I'm more than 6 months late. Before I say anything else, I want to congratulate you on your acceptance into Erebus. Time really does fly fast, doesn't it? It feels like it was only yesterday that you enrolled at Genis. You've always had that impeccable talent and appetite for learning, from your studies to your papers and everywhere between. You may have felt at first that there was no point returning to ordinary schooling. That was a waste of time for a mind of your caliber. But there are some things you can only learn and experience in those common places. I suspect you've come to realize that yourself. Now that you have a place in this world to call your own, it's good to spread your wings and spend time away from your friends and family. Although I only looked after you for a short period, I pray that you find happiness wherever your travels take you. Sincerely, Grandpa George. Thank you. Oh, P.S. Thank you for taking care of those kids and tidying up the workshop during your visit a year and a half ago. I greatly appreciate it. I didn't know what you get to celebrate your admission, so I simply picked up some safe bets for a student your age. If you have no use for them, feel free to throw them out. I'd hardly be hurt. Oh, don't be like that, Grandpa. I could never throw those things away. He's still as he ever was, awkward and clumsy outside his dough making, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Alright, let's get to see what he's got to say to me next. To Mr. Van Arkwright. It goes without saying that you and I have done much for each other over the years. I won't dwell on that ancient history. But if I can offer one piece of advice to you, do not avert your eyes from the spirit you have within. Beyond that, please continue to guide and protect my granddaughter. I trust that you're looking out for her while she's in your periphery. Did he really have to write that last part? I'm not used to seeing him being so protective. Hard to blame the guy. He ain't seen you in years. I'm a little slack, huh? At least it's not just you he's being nosy with anyway. What did he mean by your spirit within though? That's an intriguing line. Beats me. No idea what he's talking about, but that's par for the course with him. I mean, you know he is how he is. Guy just sees everything differently. One hell of a grandpa you got there, you know that? People say his dolls are beyond lifelike. They even have their own hearts and souls. Maybe that power lets him take a look inside others' hearts, or the same. He could be onto something. It wouldn't hurt to keep what he wrote you to mind, whatever it turns out to mean. Maybe, yeah. So where's that old fart anyway? Any idea where he is, or what he's up to these days? I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. He may very well have slipped back to his workshop in Crossbow right now. Or perhaps he's abandoned it and set up shop somewhere else entirely. It's so hard to tell with him. My master was like that too. Maybe being all cryptic and shit's just part of getting old. Maybe so. I'm just happy to have heard from him at least. Thanks for bringing me along, Van. I have to return the favor one of these days. Hey, take it down a notch. You play with fire. You might get burned. Oh, you think I'm still just some little girl, do you? I'll be all grown up before you know it. In many ways, I already am. At least enough for me to reach out and lend you a hand when you need it most. Just like you did for me all those years ago. Sheesh, the old man's right. This girl's growing up fast, too fast if you ask me. Sure, I'll ring you up if I really need a hand. Dan saw Ren back to her dormitory and left the attached case in her care. With that, the two went their separate ways. And just like that, it was back to the usual business.
I'll invite you to a tea party sometime.
Yay, okay, so that's Max there. Got the connection stage up. Let's see what reward we get from this. So it says, new connection stage, a superior lady. Van's ATS goes up by 10. There's only Van benefiting from this alone. And then we have one more free time we can do for now. This one is gonna be over to Fee, because I always love Fee. Fee was amazing last chapter. We've got here mending Ada's belongings. Florcell is going to work with Fairy to try and restore Ada's rifle. Oh, cool. They want me to help them get the parts. Shouldn't be a big deal. Ooh, could you imagine that this connection level that we get Max with Fee? Because this could be the last one with Fee, right? We get this, we get Ada's rifle, and that actually gets attached to Fairy's one. And Fairy just has like a really cool weapon. That could be it. Van's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they please. Yo, sorry for the wait. Don't worry about it, I just got here myself, thanks for coming. Think nothing of it. Seems this has something to do with one of my part-timers, so I figured I might as well. You want me to help out with a memento for the flame eaters, right? Yep, I want to fix up the custom rifle that Ada used to use. Seems like you've heard about it already. Sure have. We tried to get it repaired before, but they told us it wasn't really feasible. I assume the two of you found a way to fix it. Bingo! We learned what parts we need to repair it, so all that's left is to actually get them. It's been bothering me ever since I learned that it was damaged, so I'm glad I can finally do something. I figured things will get really busy once the festival starts, so I want to get it taken care of before then. Fairy's working on the stuff that can be gathered above ground, while you're gonna be getting the underground stuff from the Blacklight District, in other words. And you want me to show you around the place. Exactly. I've heard that nose of yours is really impressive, so impressive that even Zin relies on it. Yep, as you've said before. How about it? You up for being my guide? Sure, why not? Couldn't hurt putting you in my debt more. I'd be helping one of my part-timers move on too. Sounds like a win-win to me. Thanks, let's get moving then. Dan and Fee made haste to the Blacklight District. Upon arrival, they scoured the area in search of replacement parts for Ida's rifle. You're looking to fix up a custom rifle, eh? Not to discourage you fine folks, but that sounds like quite the pain in the behind. We know and we're prepared to deal with it. As you can probably guess, we need some specialized parts to get it back in the working condition. Mind showing us the rifle suppressors and foregrips you've got stocked at the moment? Not at all. Right this way, young lady. Hopefully I've got what you're looking for. He's definitely got a wide selection, but None of it looks quite right. What about this part over here? Looks pretty unwieldy, but nothing any decent Jaeger couldn't handle. Yeah, maybe. That might actually be the same model I'd use, or the same make at least. This might work in a pinch. Might as well give it a shot. Working on a Flame Eater's rifle, huh? I've heard stories about that bad boy. You're in luck. I know for a fact that the rifle I used back when I was on active duty is the same generation as our gun. You can go ahead and take it if you want. It should have a part or two you can use. Damn, that's real generous of you. For real, are you sure? I mean, that has to mean a lot to you. I'm no Jaeger anymore, so I don't mind parting with it. Helping the Colonel's daughter sounds bad to me anyway. In return, just promise you'll come back and tell me how the Purple Lightning's doing. I've been rooting for her ever since she hung up to walk her own path. Let me know how she's holding up, yeah? Deal. Can't say I know everything, but I'll be happy to share what I can. Eventually, Fee and Van managed to scrape together the needed parts to repair the gun, albeit from a less than desirable mix of sausage. With Fairy having acquired a lot of parts, the group reconvened at the arms dealer inside the department store. Whoa, this loading's taking a while. Anytime now. Sylvie, who had been previously concerned about the rifle's damages, agreed to assist with its repairs. Dan watched over the whole process and helped with basic talks like polishing as needed. Eventually, I have to put out the best music right now. Well, would you look at that? It's right back to the way it was. Ain't that something? Even has the same custom rifle muzzle she used back in her Zephyr days. It maximizes its firepower and improves its accuracy. She really liked talking about that thing. I can see why. It's been customized in other ways too. The weight distribution probably makes it unwieldy to anyone who isn't a rifle pro. But Ida has no problem handling it. She and this rifle were a match made in heaven. No doubt about that. I'm glad we were able to get it fixed up for her. Huh, the Flame Eater couldn't have asked for a better pair of sisters. So what are you planning to do with it now? That's a good question. How would you feel about using it, Fairy? I don't think a rifle of this size will suit me, to be honest. Ida once told me to remain true to my own style. I don't think I'll be honoring her if I change mine to adapt to a weapon. Figured you'd say something like that. It doesn't fit mine either. I have a bad idea. How about we deliver it to the current members of Cypher? Oh yeah, I heard they reformed after the war. Yep, it's changed hands since then. Now it's being led by two of its former regimental commanders, Zeno and Leo. I'm fine with giving it over to them. But are you sure that's what you want? Yes, I thought long and hard about it. In her final moments, Ida said the names of her Zephyr comrades, including you. I can tell she treasured her family there. That's why I want to return it to them. Okay, that works for me. I'll go ahead and arrange for it to be delivered then. Oh, how are you gonna do that? You do realize a civilian courier can't just waltz into Zephyr turf with a rifle in hand, right? Well aware. That's not what I had in mind. I know someone named Josette who owns a delivery company. Our people should be able to get over to them without much trouble. Oh, I heard of them. They're based in LaBelle, yeah? You sure know a lot of people, don't you? I could say the same about you. We got in contact with the courier, who happily accepted the task and got straight to work. Afterwards, she reached out to Zephyr, who were in a remote region of the continent, to give them a heads up. It won't be long before it's delivered, so can you stick around your camp base for a little while longer? Sure thing, we had to kill some time before our next job anyway. A Jaeger's weapon is their very soul. We can take good care of it. The three of us fought side by side many times as regimental commanders. She is dearly missed. Yazenchild told us about what happened to her. It's strange to think a part of her will be coming back to us. I like to think she's sharing a half or drink with the boss on the other side right now. Probably stressing all about her little sisters too, the warrior war. Huh, wouldn't shock me. It was good talking to you both again. See you around. Likewise, give her regards to Ida's other little sister. Sounds like she's got herself caught up in something fishy. Tell her to take care of herself. Oh, that sounds that. You must be one of the only bracers in the guild who keeps touch with other Jaegers. We don't talk that often, but they reach out to me every now and then. Now that we've got that squared away, I think I'm gonna drop by a cafe. Wanna come with? I can share some stories about Ida and Zephyr if you're interested. Really? Oh, I'd love that. And I can tell you some about my people in our village. Cool. I'd like to hear all about them. He and Fairy went off to enjoy some tea and conversation. Once Fairy returned, the group got back to work.
It'd be nice to introduce you to some friends of mine if the chance ever comes up.
Didn't get what I wanted at the end, whereby I was saying that Fairy should have grabbed the gun. She should have used it. But instead, I like the resolution that it tied to anyway. Giving the gun over to the Zephyr group so they can use it. It's nice. Being Fairy has some tea together. They enjoy themselves. I like the combination between them two. And that's a job well done. But we didn't get the mech some connection stage though. Probably gonna have to find a gift for them too. But yeah, that's all of the points I have for the 3 points, right? So all the 3 points are done. We have done all of this map here. Talked to everyone here. So the rest of it, we're gonna be doing that tomorrow, by the way. We've got the Riverside, we've got Station Street, Tyrell District, all these districts. We're gonna look back because this is the final chapter. We need to go over the bang. We need to finish all of these NPC conversations and whatnot. We're probably gonna have some nightlife as well. So there is still gonna be covered. And you know, the week is still young with the weekend to behold. And yeah, we'll leave it like that for today, guys. So I will say thank you guys coming through and see you guys tomorrow.